That shit get you already out of there.
Real deal. I'm telling you. Man, I've been lucky
Yeah.
as a mom. Been lucky, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, when did y'all realize? Shit, man, this I'm no longer an athlete, or do y'all still feel like y'all got it, man? Y'all still feel like y'all can you can go to the court, you can get in the box, you can line up across from somebody. Y'all still feel like y'all can do it, or y'all had that moment where like, yeah, boy, I got old, it's over with.
Nah, I can still get it.
Uh,
I still get it. I still get it out. Yeah, I still get it in.
That boy be
I
at
still,
the what
yeah.
they be hooping at
A
LA
tennis court.
Fitness.
Nah. I ain't hooped in a minute. Now I ain't hooped in a while. I probably ain't
You
hooped
ain't
in
hoop.
about 3 years.
You
Nah,
ain't
I ain't
hooped
hooped
in
in my,
3 years.
bro. I ain't hooped in 3 years. I can't do it, bro. So that's to your point. I can't do it mentally because when I go hoop, bro, I'll be hooping the like
Yeah,
that was how I ate.
Yeah.
yeah,
Hooping was that mentality I had when I hoop. I was this was survival, bro. So like now I don't got like I do other stuff. Like I
Yeah.
coach tennis now. Tennis is like I'm in a different mode. Tennis is more
yeah.
peaceful. Basketball was stressful, but I can still hoop. Last time I hooped was I did a Mega versus Kappa game, and I
Hold
dropped
on. When was this?
I dropped 30. This was me and Shanae weren't married yet, so this was about 4 years ago.
Yeah, so don't say you
No,
can
we
still
were married.
hoop.
We were married. We were married. This
Right.
was three
Don't
years
say you can
ago.
still
Not
hoop. You
really,
don't know.
really.
What you saying?
That's
What you
three, four
saying?
years
I
ago.
knew
You
I
don't
knew
know
you
if you can
wasn't a
still
real
hoop.
hooper when you lost
What are
us
you
our
saying?
money, fool.
he
Hey,
said
no,
he
Let's
let's
talk
talk
lost us
about
about
our
it.
that. Hey, no, let's
money.
talk about that. No, hey,
Let's
Ron,
talk
Ron,
about
let's
it.
talk about this, bro.
Let's talk
That's
about
So
it.
no, no.
Ron, let's talk about
That's
this.
real. That
So, hey, so he said, hey man, we're gonna go play some hoops for some money, right? And me, Cam, and Brandon. And when you ever seen them boys hoop?
What?
you
That
know
was
what?
my first time. Let's talk about it. That was
Let
my
me
first time. And
let
they
me
wanted me to
That's
score
cap.
50, Ron.
That's
And they ain't playing they ain't playing no defense. They ain't making no buckets. They ain't getting no
that's
rebounds.
crazy,
They
fool.
want me to get 50 though. So I'm doing what
Yeah.
I can, Ron. We done lost. How much we lost, Brandon? How
hey
much money we
Shit,
run,
lost?
about
hold
30,
on.
40.
Bro,
Run.
lost
Each.
bread
You
on
are
them boys.
familiar. Hold on. Run, you familiar that he got a D1 scholarship to play basketball, right?
Yeah, you did say
Okay.
that.
Hey man.
Me
Yeah.
me and
Yeah.
Brandon, we never got any scholarship in college to play no basketball. Right?
So
Baseball
why
and
we
Yeah.
football.
going to hoop? That's Ron. Why we going to hoop, Ron?
none of them hoop.
None
None
of
of
them
them
hoop.
hoop. None of the guys we playing hoop
They
for
cut
real.
hair. None of them hoop.
They don't
They
hoop.
Ron.
So
barbers. Oh,
Or
we
okay.
bring a ringer. And the
Yeah.
Ron.
ringer was not a ringer, man. He was
Ron. Hey,
hey,
Ron. Look, Ron. Look, Ron.
not at
If
all.
they can't
hey
play
man.
no defense, Ron, because we gotta play defense at some point, so we ain't getting no stops. What you want me to do? I can't score if we on defense.
Man, they
Them
want you
boys
When
to
we
gonna
get
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 the
no.
ball,
Hey,
fifty.
so
They want
hey,
you to
I'm
hey,
get
passing the ball.
50.
why
I
is he
was so
passing the
disappointed.
ball? We didn't get
Why is
him to
he
pass
That's
the
passing?
facts.
ball. We got him to score.
So he supposed to been the
Nigga
cheat
did not
code.
get
That
him
what
to
it was.
pass the ball.
He was the
Bruh,
cheat code.
he's supposed to
Hey,
be.
bro.
He
For
was the
sure.
best player on the court. He didn't
I did
show
all
it.
I could. I
He
did
did
all I
not.
could.
He didn't show none of that.
Them boys were playing no D. They were mad. They were mad. They were mad as hell, Ron. Them niggas, hey, mad as hell. We like, I'm mad too. Actually, I said, damn.
He
I think the
like,
most the craziest part was is like, man, they look like they cut here. The boys look
that's
trash.
the
I said,
Oh
thing,
and
bro.
that's the
man.
bad part.
Niggas
They
was
look trash. Them boys
trash,
was
fool.
cooking us.
Out
I
there
said, they
busting
get
our
cooked.
ass.
And
These niggas was trash.
we
Trash.
thinking we good. He didn't even put up no money. Me and Brandon did.
Oh,
Nah.
I didn't put
So
no
We
we
money
said
up.
we good.
so we
We
good.
good.
Oh,
We go
Maybe that's
get us
why,
some
bro.
bread.
Maybe that's why,
that's
Ron.
probably
He
why.
didn't care.
That's
That's
probably
probably
He
why,
why.
Ron.
didn't care,
Whole
bro.
You
time,
should
Hey,
have
hey,
told
this
him.
Ron.
nigga,
Hey,
this nigga, he probably was on their side. He probably had already
Probably
talked to
he
their ass
probably
or
getting
some shit.
paid.
hey, Ron. Don't let him do
That's
that, Ron. Don't let
crazy,
him
Hey,
think
bro.
that,
hey.
Sonny
Ron.
sold us out.
You should have
Sonny
told
sold
him.
us
Hey,
He
out,
should have
Sold
man.
us
matched
hey,
out.
Ron.
y'all put up.
Don't let him
You
be on
know what I'm saying?
some you got served, Ron. And wasn't even like that,
Sonny
Ron.
I
sold
feel
I
us
tried
good,
to
out,
fool.
pass him the
man.
ball. Hey,
But
so listen to this, Ron. You just heard them say, "Hey, why you passing the ball?" Okay, well then, why are you shooting the ball? Them boys were still shooting the ball, Ron. I'm getting to it. And them niggas trying to ISO. I said, "You gonna ISO?"
you need the
Okay, then,
ISO.
bro. I said,
Hey,
I'm bringing. Hey, pass the ball in.
They were five
Brendan
six.
ISO. He hit. Hey, you seen Spice Adams shoot?
Yeah.
Hey, come on.
That's them too. That them too. That them too. Chucking it from back here, bro. Just pulling up
Hey,
some bull.
hey, what do you say?
I
Let me
said,
get
bro,
that
you,
motherfucking nephew. Let me see that motherfucking
yeah,
nephew.
let me shoot that thing now.
Hey, bro.
That's
Oh
them.
man.
Hey, and then they mad at me. Rebound
Oh
going
no.
long. And they like a D up. Oh, I guess we got
Right.
D up now. And
And
then we was outside playing in the
no, we were
wind.
outside. We were outside. And clearly,
So that's
he
the other thing,
only
bro.
Clearly,
he
I'm
only
thinking,
can
I'm
hoop in
thinking,
the gym, man.
no, bro.
Clearly.
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, at
Please.
some point you say, bro, I'm above the double rim. At some point,
He said I'm
you say, bro,
above it.
Nah,
what we playing?
did we have them?
And
Nah, we
where
didn't
was we
have
even
double
at?
round.
We was at
Not
y'all
on that
public.
one.
We was
Not
at
on
y'all.
that one.
That was no double rim. We was
Nah,
at
on
y'all
what?
I
public. What was
See,
at
don't
y'all?
think it was a double
We
round.
was at your
nah, it
public
wasn't no
park.
double round. But that's the
Yeah.
thing.
Man,
I don't hoop with
I
him
didn't
like
come there to hoop,
school.
Ron. I didn't come there
I
to
don't.
hoop.
We
Nah,
see.
that's true. Now he didn't come there to hoop. That's
We
true.
didn't
That's
come
true.
there to
Hey,
hoop, Ron.
what
He
that
said,
nigga
"Hey,
say?
this
What
is
he
what they
say?
did,
Not on
Ron.
duty.
They
Not
they
on
they
duty.
Nah, I
said
don't do it.
right,
Yeah,
and now
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they said, hey man, Dingle, you hoop, don't you? Man, we finna get some money off these niggas. I said, all right, bro. There it
Easy.
was, right
Man,
Man,
there.
this is lit.
they
God,
trying to,
Whole
That's what it
time
was.
music. Goddamn.
Yeah,
but easy. I'm
damn.
that
talking
was
the
crazy.
easiest lick ever, and
But
Them
that
look
niggas
though,
was
I
is
ain't
on
know they was
lunch
gonna
break,
shoot,
fool.
Ron.
Them
When they
niggas on
started
lunch
crazy,
shooting,
break.
man.
On lunch break, fool.
bro, Ron,
Yeah,
this was a.
nah, I actually can believe it.
You know what though? I thought we was gonna bring this story up, but I said, boy, them boys must have forgot.
I really
Oh
forgot
no.
about. Nah,
Oh
I
no.
did forget
You
about
didn't
that.
forget? Yeah, boy, forgot
Yeah, I
about
forgot
it.
about
Brandon
that.
ain't forget. That was
No,
Brandon money
I
at the
didn't
time.
forget.
Yeah,
Cause
Brandon ain't forget
add
they
up
about that
all
money.
that.
approached they approached him with it. That's why.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
that's what
true.
happened. Oh, them
That's
is
true.
your boys.
Yeah.
But look though, hey, okay, but y'all never hoop. Have y'all hooped though? I was like, bro, y'all never hooped though.
What you
What you
mean?
mean?
Like,
Y'all have hoop? Did y'all hoop in the past before that?
yeah, we
Yeah,
hoop. Me and
Okay,
Cam?
that's what I'm saying.
we
See,
hoop all the
Ron, that's what I'm
time. Oh,
saying. They,
and
that's what
there
I'm saying. They thought they could hoop,
What you
Ron.
mean?
that was the
They thought they
game
could hoop,
plan
Ron.
was me and Brandon game plan
We damn
was
near
to
hoop every day.
let
That's
the
what I'm saying,
D1
Ron.
basketball player
Let
go
them do their
crazy.
thing.
Go
Man, I
Let
was
Scholarship.
on
crazy.
him do his
vacation,
thing.
Nigga
Ron.
did not go crazy.
Ron, you
Come
know I'm not
on.
from the A, Ron. I'm in the
We
A,
were we,
Ron.
We were gonna be
I
Rondo.
didn't have no. Come on, Ron. I'm not from the A, Ron. I'm in the
Yeah.
A, Ron. So what we hooping for? What we hooping for?
To make some
With
money.
some we we
Quick
we
money.
taking we taking this time and we going to see the fellas. I said, all right, bro.
this nigga trying to
All right.
hang out.
Now he don't like money. He wanna hang. He wanna go to Waffle House because he in the A.
Oh
What he
man.
doing? Come
That
on.
shit crazy.
Ron, the boys was mad as all get out.
Ron,
That's
but
what they
Ron
still.
would have went crazy
They
out
said, but I thought you hooped. I
Ron
said,
would have
I
went
would have played.
crazy.
I'd have played a little defense. I ain't gonna lie.
Ron would
I'd
have
play a
played a
little
lot
But
of
they
defense.
weren't
defense.
playing no defense, Ron. They weren't
That's a
playing
lie.
no defense.
I done
Them boys
seen
weren't
Ron
getting no
hoop one.
rebounds.
I done seen
Yeah,
that
he,
Who,
boy hoop
Ron?
one.
yo,
He
we, yeah,
he
we,
he gonna play defense. He gonna
Yeah,
foul you, and he gonna
yeah.
shoot some hard ass shots.
for
They
sure,
gonna be hard
for
as
sure.
hell.
I agree.
They gonna be
Shoot some
I
hard
agree.
as
hard
hell.
shots.
I don't know what you call it. But that but that you know what
That's
you gonna
crazy.
Oh
get
boy, go.
from him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He's
I'm gonna play some
yes.
defense now. I'm gonna play some. I'm
He
gonna try
gonna
to
be
get some
Pat
rebounds.
Bev, man. Pat Bev
I'm gonna
gonna
Pat
catch and
goddamn.
Bell.
run
I'm gonna
it.
set some picks. You know what I'm
He
saying?
hey,
Yeah.
all the things you
I'm gonna
like.
do the dirty. I'm gonna do that now. But
Rajon Rondo. Mm-hmm.
Hey,
yeah.
but on the real
Well,
though,
hold on
I
now.
think
Hold
we
on.
barely
Hold
lost
on
that
now.
though, didn't we? We barely lost that mud. I
Yeah,
swear
Lost
we
we
what?
barely
did.
lost. We didn't get stomped, did we? It was like one bucket
No,
at
we
the
ain't get
end.
stomped. We ain't get
Nah,
stomped.
we didn't get killed when we
Yeah, we get
lost
killed,
though.
but
That
we
was the thing. We not supposed to lose with a
Yeah.
D1
no, we weren't supposed to
basketball
lose,
player
man.
at the time
Yeah,
on our
yeah,
team.
no. Hey, I
Yeah.
had just transferred, Ron. I was a JUCO player at that time, Ron.
That's true. That's true.
I was JUCO at then. I went
You
back
you
JUCO.
hey, he wasn't trying to get it out the mud though. That boy
No, but
Yeah.
he
look
was
though,
out
I
there
I
just
ain't know he's gonna. I really
no.
That's two times that happened to me. That's two times that happened. So that was the first time.
Is
That was
you
the
a
first
hooper or
time.
not?
That's
Look,
what
look,
I'm
look. Okay, look. So
saying.
okay.
Are
So the
you a
first time that happened
hooper?
was with y'all. First time that happened, that was with y'all.
Uh-huh.
Second time that happened, I was my boy Elijah. So my boy Eli. So he had
Yeah,
a
yeah,
this
yeah.
med school, but his med school had a basketball tournament. And so he said, bro, come play the basketball tournament. So it was me and then one of my other high school teammates and some other, I forgot who else we had on that team. Can't remember. So we playing, bro, and these kids was cooking us, bro. We was getting cooked. But I did different though, bro. I scored 13 straight. We was going to 21. I scored 13 straight, bro. Still lost. We lost 21-13. I said, dang,
Oh,
I
damn.
can't do
See,
nothing, bro. What I'm supposed to
we
do?
would
What I'm
have
supposed to
won.
do, bro? Yeah, we
You
would have
gave
won
up
had
30.
that happened. Yeah,
You
but we
you
was
had
inside the
five when we
gym.
played.
Man,
Oh
you
yeah,
probably
nah.
Damn.
had about five.
Hey,
Yeah,
what,
you had about
how
five.
much y'all had though? How much y'all had? How much
Damn.
y'all had?
Five.
Yeah, we probably had about
Five.
five. Yeah.
Five together.
Five
We had
apiece,
That's what I'm
five
got
saying.
it.
together,
Hey, what that
and
mean,
you
Ron? That
had
means they
five.
was shoot. That means they was shooting the ball, Ron. That's all I'm trying to get you to
Hey
say.
man,
It was
you
pulling,
wasn't shooting
Ron.
enough.
What they say, they had
Ron,
to
they
make
was
some shake,
pulling.
got there.
Ron, I see
Yeah.
Brandon try to cross in it. He said, "Ping." I
Hey,
said, "Oh yeah, the boy." I said, "Okay, well let me get my rondo on then." I started getting my rondo on. I started
no,
setting screens.
That
The
shit
boys
was
no,
coming off
no,
hilarious.
screens.
no,
I
no.
just trying to be a team player, bro.
We
That's
on
all.
three, man. We ain't coming out no screens. Come on, and we
So,
got
Ron,
what?
hey,
Hey,
Ron.
hey, whoever watching, please don't ever bring this man JD as
Look,
a
man.
Yeah.
ringer
Yeah.
to no,
Yeah.
maybe tennis,
Look,
but
man.
basketball he done
Yeah,
failed
tennis,
everybody
tennis, I
too
get
many
you.
times.
Tennis for sure. Basketball, yeah, no, basketball. No, it depends. No, I kind of won some money from football, bro. But it's just like for me,
Shit,
I'm
not for
I'm
what.
I'm a I'm a LeBron type of dude. Like everybody got it around me. We got all hoop together, man. I can't be trying to get the last bucket, man. No,
Anyway,
that's cap too. I'll get the
hey
last
man,
bucket.
welcome back to the next season podcast.
Welcome back.
Four fathers, four husbands. We talking sports, marriage, fatherhood, and everything in between, man. We're just trying to figure out in the next season. But today, hey man, we got another guest for y'all, man. We got another one for y'all. But I'm gonna let JD introduce him, and y'all gonna find out why.
Oh yeah, man. We got a special guest for y'all, man. So this dude right here, this dude is my big bro, man. Big bro. His name is Jonathan Dingle, man. We're gonna introduce give him a special introduction because this dude was a tennis player. He's a coach now. He's a father, just like all of us, man. So let me just give y'all a little brief background of my brother here. He's a former D1 tennis player at Prairie View A&M. He's a three-time all SWAC in singles, two-time all SWAC in doubles. He was a SWAC champ in 2013. Now he's the head tennis coach at Crowley High School in Crowley, Texas. He's a husband, father of three. He's a regional vice president of Primerica. He's a financial oh goodness, can't talk. A Primerica Financial Services. His main goal is to make their community more financially literate, one family at a time. So let's everybody introduce, we're gonna give a warm, you know,
Yes,
applause
sir.
for Jonathan Dingle. What's going on, big guy?
Yes,
What's going
What's up,
sir.
on,
man?
guys? What's going on? What's going on?
What's
How
up,
y'all doing
man?
today?
Doing
Chilling,
good,
man.
man.
Good, man.
Chilling.
Good.
How you doing,
Glad.
big guy?
Man, I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Hey,
Can't
hey,
complain one
man. Well,
bit.
you finna be in that Hall of Fame in a minute, ain't you?
Man,
Sound
I'm
like them
hoping so. I'm
accolades.
waiting on that call. I'm waiting on that call one day.
Hey, that
One day.
sound like
Hmm.
it.
Shoot. Yeah, hey, Prairie View was a good time. It was a good time. That's where I met my wife at. She ain't killed me yet. So you see, I'm kind of doing something
Yeah.
right. Too.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta
But
be.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
No, for sure.
Shoot.
yep.
Been a
So
lot of near death experiences. Can't even cover that, but
Hey, that's
how,
how it
how do you
be.
feel? How do you feel about them getting rid of their tennis program?
oh, that hurt my soul.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
bet.
Yeah,
That's
that hurt my soul. They done
do.
tore down the courts and everything now
They tore the
too.
courts down?
They tore the courts down.
Oh
It
Do
man.
is
you
it is
you know
just
the
it's nothing but grass right now.
do you know the backstory behind it?
Yeah. NIL changed everything. They needed to reallocate those funds for the football program, and tennis wasn't generating revenue.
Yeah.
So they cut the program. Now, hopefully, some of us as alumni are doing some things in the background to try to get that program back. Because my daughter wants to go play for them. So, and
Yeah.
I got at least about 10 more years before they it's gonna be crossing over that bridge. But yeah, we're doing everything we can to get that thing back. It's just out of our hands right now.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I had
so
a
nah, go
Oh,
ahead,
I had
baby.
a. Oh, yeah. I was gonna say Well, I know a guy that was on the team last year. Ethan Boswell. Shout out to Ethan.
Hmm.
He played for Prairie View. I want to say he played one for y'all, and then he ended up training. Now he's at Howard. Now he transferred to Howard to play over there.
Yep.
But yeah, that was devastating, man. What you gonna
No,
say,
I
Cam?
Nah, I'm saying as one, I guess non-profitable sport to the other, because baseball at
Mm-hmm.
HBCUs we don't make much of a profit either. If any, actually, we don't charge for any games or anything. So, like, is that a? Do you think that may be coming soon for baseball and softball as well? Like,
Man, I'm thinking we got to figure out our how to make money with these sports.
yeah,
We've been for too long, we've been letting people just go for free. So charge the entry fees like you would at the basketball game or the football game. Open up, make the concession stands, make you pay for the concession stands. Write that in the book so that way they can see that you bringing in something. Because the issue is a lot of times, if a dude's not a sports person, if a AD's just looking at just the numbers, they'll see, okay, we spent 100,000 on traveling and expenses on this tennis program, and we made back zero. When we spent 300,000 on football, but made back 6 million.
yeah, yeah,
If I'm looking on paper, it's a business decision. It don't have nothing to do personal. It's just what's gonna make our school more profitable. So
yeah,
they start allocating those funds. So I think for baseball, if we do the same thing, or do more fundraisers, or have it a situation where every year they all showing growth. I think that'd be the only thing we can do. But we got to change our mindset when it comes to these sports. A lot of these schools put people in position just to grow the business and not really take care of everything else outside of that makes it the experience.
yeah.
So
Now,
just
And
now
depends.
so,
Oh, I would say Cam made a good point by bringing like basketball. I mean not basketball, but baseball and tennis. That correlation of not selling. But one thing that's also not sold is the black community, how much we play these sports. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
excuse me, what's some things that you think about, like how can we brand the sport to more of us, and this goes to everybody. Well, what do you think we can brand, how can we make this sport more popular in our community? Tennis and baseball and softball.
man, I think it's to be honest, I think it starts with. I'll speak on tennis. Let me speak on tennis. I don't know many. I don't know many black guys that play tennis except y'all, bro. Like if we being real, you know what I'm saying? If we being
Hmm.
honest, like Dingle, until I met you, like I didn't know no black tennis player except at
You know
Westlake.
Sam
Yeah,
and Zach, yeah, them big old
yeah, Sam's
dudes.
that and Chris Eubanks.
And
He
Chris
was
Eubanks, yeah, yeah, and
yeah,
Chris, yep.
but like you know what I'm saying. When those were anomalies to us, like
Hmm.
there was a couple guys that played tennis, but like on a larger scale, it's like going to A&M and see like, oh damn, he played basketball and tennis. Like, man, that's hard. Like just seeing that, cause you introduced my daughter to tennis, and now
Hmm.
she loves it. Like she
Yeah.
like it over softball, which yeah, I ain't
Yeah.
too happy about it, but it's cool because she actually loves the sport. So I think just the representation, like y'all are doing a great job. First off, I want to give y'all that. Y'all are doing a great job
Appreciate
of
it. Appreciate
representing
it.
as far as like y'all being on Instagram, y'all showing that, and y'all doing y'all academy, y'all doing different lessons and stuff with kids around. Like y'all are showing, hey, there are black people in tennis, there are black men in tennis, there are black women in tennis. Like y'all doing a good job of showing me, because if it weren't for y'all, I wouldn't see I wouldn't see tennis. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. And that's the thing, for me growing up, one of the, because to your point, like when we were growing up, it was just us that was black that played tennis.
Right.
Like we're from Aiken and we was it. We're lucky that my dad was a coach, or our dad was a coach. So our dad coached us. And in the area, we was like we stood out. You know what I'm saying? We stood out because we were good for one, and we were good in black. And good in
Yeah.
black, and
Yeah.
then and my brother, he was so me and him got two different personalities a little bit. So he's a little bit more in your face, rah rah with it. I'm more laid back.
Yeah, I'm
But
I'm gonna talk
so
my trash.
he gonna talk his
Yeah.
trash, and so he go in there talking trash to you. He gonna talk trash and beat you. You know what I'm saying? So those are two different. We add another component. But to your point, like if we wanted to see a black tennis player, they came from Atlanta. They were from Atlanta. Like they're in certain areas of the country. Like you got them in Atlanta. Uh,
Augusta.
you got in Augusta. Well, we got them in Augusta. You got in Augusta, Atlanta. You got to go up to New York.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's scattered. It's not like it's a large
Right.
population of
Yeah.
places that are playing that are black. Tennis players. You'll have people that are in there, but community wise, it's not like it's a big thing. So that's one thing that. And I was going to ask y'all, like baseball, is it the same way in baseball? Is there like areas in America that they're high on black baseball players, and
Yeah.
or is it how is that?
Yes and no, and I'll let Ron speak to this too. But yes and no, because unlike y'all sport, like when when we were younger, when you're young, when you're about 4, 5, 6, I feel like everybody starts in baseball, and then they eventually venture off to a
For
different
sure, yeah,
sport, if not. But I and Brandon and Ron can speak to this too. I've never had a tennis racket in my hand, ever.
right,
I didn't even get introduced to the sport, which maybe this might have been something I would have been good at, or maybe this is something
right,
I would have loved, but I never even got introduced to the sport, which is
right,
like, um, it's a problem because I want to be introduced to all sports and all things that I may be, have a chance of being good at. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
so for baseball, we were introduced to it young, and you're gonna see a lot of black players when you're 5, 6, 7, but then when you hit that 11, 12, 13 range, that's when it starts going to
so
I'm
yeah,
better at
So it is
basketball, I'm
it is
better
a
at
divide.
football.
I was gonna ask that. Is there like a race divide with baseball too?
Yeah,
Because it like we
it's
would be like
majority.
ocean like a piece of chocolate and some milk when we would be going around. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Is it like that though with baseball too?
Yes, but less. It's less divided than y'all. Well, I'll speak on what I see because y'all, y'all see differently because y'all are in it. But I would feel like there's more black baseball players and more black teams around than there are black tennis, even instructors or y'all don't do team. I don't know how y'all do it, but you know what I'm saying. I feel like it's more black representation in baseball than it is in tennis. So we have a better chance of like actually going into this sport with like, okay, I can see this guy doing it and this guy. I can, you know what I mean? But I'll let Ron
yeah,
speak to that some more though too.
Well, yeah, that too. But then also, man, you got to think too. Well, especially when we were coming up, everybody was in the rec. So you
You knew that, my
Right?
played, you
boy.
you
Yeah,
did something, baseball, softball, tennis, like you were in the rec with it.
that's
You
true.
know what I'm saying? And especially in baseball, definitely, like you would play pretty much up until about, let's say, about seventh, maybe eighth grade. Then you start that transition into travel
Yeah,
ball. You know what I'm
yeah,
hmm
saying? Now you got
yeah,
kids who
yeah.
playing travel ball at 7 years old, or parents
Yes,
reaching out,
yes.
hey, do you know a travel ball team? My kid is 7. It's like, hold on, wait a minute. You know
Go
what I
play
mean?
the rec, man.
Yeah, play the
hmm
rec, know the fundamentals,
Play the red.
master the fundamentals, and
Yeah,
then it was a stepping stone. Now it's like everybody going straight from 1 year T-ball and trying to get in travel ball at 5 or 6, and it's like and I think that's what kind of created at least the travel ball world. Everything kind of watered down now because you got people still trying to learn the basics instead of how it used to be. They coming in ready. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Or
yeah.
got to clean up a little something.
Yes.
No, I agree.
But
Yeah,
is travel ball the best of the best?
It was,
It was.
but
It
now
was.
it's just who got money, and like
Yeah.
Right.
I would prefer these kids to stay in rec because y'all know I'm at the rec, so like
Right.
it literally costs $100 to come play a season at the rec,
Yeah.
but you would rather go pay $2,000 to play a travel
Right.
ball season. Like
Yeah.
man, I
is it a stigma on the rec versus travel ball? Is it
yes
rec?
it is.
Is it like they look
Yeah,
at rec like
yeah,
everybody play
because
rec?
okay, so when we were all younger, um, the better kids start going to rec ball. And so when the better kids start going to rec ball, now every parent thinks their kid is the better kid. And
Right.
now when any travel ball, I'm sorry, did I say rec ball? The
You
better
said right, yeah.
kids start going to travel
Travel
ball.
ball.
And so when all the parents start thinking their kids were travel ball worthy, and
Yeah,
so they
yeah,
start putting them in different travel ball teams, or which is the worst thing, they'll make their own travel ball team just so their kid can play. And
Yeah,
so
and then
that's the worst thing.
yeah, that too. But then
Right.
also, as you know, travel ball is where, of course, you get seen by colleges, get seen by schools, and get an opportunity to try to play at the next level.
Right.
But when especially well, at least in my house, definitely like, hey, I'm not paying no travel ball if you ain't ready. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Right.
bro,
Yeah. Yeah.
you ain't there yet, or no, I'm not finna do that.
right.
You know what I mean? Now you get these parents, like they say, they create their own team and put their child in there. But bro, it don't matter it don't matter. Like your child is not ready.
Yeah,
Then it's only hindering them because it's not really true development. You know
facts.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Then you're not
Right.
really going back home trying to work on them to get better. Like it takes
Yeah,
time. It's a game of failure.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like they say, you're gonna be great, just not today. But
Yeah.
many
Yeah.
of them think,
Let
That's real.
let's
you know what I'm saying?
And
Many of
so
them
let
hold
think
on,
you
hold
go
on.
like because
home, man, you know.
you're not even dominating rec ball.
right.
Right.
Right,
I
right.
want to ask y'all a question though, Jordan and Jonathan. I want to ask y'all a question. Like, when did y'all start? I guess when did y'all start seeing representation? I get when you can remember. When did y'all start seeing representation around y'all sport? Because like from me, like I keep saying it, I didn't see much, bro. Like it
Right.
wasn't black kids playing tennis. It just wasn't.
I'm about to say, I'll let you answer that first, Jay.
Um, so I didn't see representation really, real representation.
Yeah,
I still don't see it. To be honest with you, it would
yeah,
be when we would go to a tournament. It'd be me and Jordan. I'm
yeah.
3 years older than Jordan, so before he started playing tournaments, it would just be me. And then we might see my dad used to coach a lot of black tennis players, so I would see them. But even when we go to a tournament, it'd just be me and them, or it'd just be them if I didn't go. So I didn't really see true representation probably until I got into high school when we would meet with those Atlanta kids. That's
Mm,
when I started seeing it. But that was even privately. That wasn't even in the tournaments.
yeah.
I really, and it wasn't
So
really until
you
I
were
started seeing
you
that HBCU National Classic stuff. When we would go to that every year, that's when I actually started seeing, oh snap, these are black college tennis players. Oh snap, these are professional. These are former professional tennis players. Oh snap, there
real
is
quick, Jonathan.
that next level.
Real quick, Jonathan. When you say privately, what does that mean to non tennis guys? What does that
All
mean?
right, for non-tennis guys, that means that's at the crib.
Like
That's at the
just
court. That's just
practicing
practice.
at
Hmm.
a okay,
That's just
okay,
practice. Yeah. So it would be now. It would be all of us together at practice,
yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
everybody don't have the
So
air. Tennis is an expensive sport. Everybody don't have the same
Yep.
money.
so I've
Everybody don't
heard.
Yep.
have the
Yeah,
same opportunities. And then if you're not good, there's certain tournaments you just not gonna get into because you're not
Right.
like that.
yeah,
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's all I was gonna say. I was gonna piggyback off of that too because that's the other thing, and I forgot to mention some cities like as far as where they play tennis at where we play tennis at is you got Maryland, like they have some places near Maryland, or the DC area, the DMV area, and but we don't live there. And Memphis, those are some areas that kind of play
Memphis.
like the black
Okay.
cities, right? Memphis got
What
has a
about the Chicago, the Detroit,
Chicago, yep.
Charlotte,
Chicago, yep. And so what you'll see is
Tallahassee?
and to the point is they have like right now they have like the NJTL programs, which is National Junior Tennis League,
Mhm.
programs, junior tennis leagues. And but those are things that are like they're for I mean they're just organizations that are funded by the USTA, which is United States Tennis Association, and they usually go to nonprofit. So they try to um send money to people that or to nonprofits so that they can bring tennis into these urban communities so that they can teach tennis. But to Jonathan's point, and to y'all's point, when it comes to the expense of tennis, tennis is an expensive thing because again, you have to one, it's not something that you can just go really learn. I mean, or you do by yourself. You can self learn, but you really kind of need a coach for tennis. You need a coach for tennis, and you need it's a dependent sport because you have to play with somebody, and so that's the thing is like you have to learn how to play. You have to play with somebody, and then you have to play tournaments because high school tennis is not the same, is not real tennis.
It's
So
not.
you know
Mm,
how you can play high school
okay.
basketball
Yeah.
and you might see a prospect come out of that. You're not gonna
Yeah.
see that in tennis. You're gonna see it at
Really?
tournaments,
Oh, okay.
right?
Y'all just
Really,
put me on
most.
game. I ain't know that.
Yeah, yeah, no, you're not gonna see that at no regular high school. Your regular high school tennis is gonna be below par
Is
because
that why? Is that why a lot of these kids homeschool?
it's
Yes,
exactly
that's
why they
exactly
homeschool.
why.
So
That's
the
exactly why.
academies they homeschool, and even me, like I coach a lot of homeschool kids because you can get out there and play. Like you need
Yeah.
reps, and you gotta play, you gotta practice, and then tournaments. Once you okay, so when you get your USTA tournaments, but that's your United States Tennis Association, right? So that's your United States tennis, and so that's around all the cities, and everybody has like their own sections between like you got your southern section, Florida has a section, Texas has its own section, California, like they got all these sections, right? And so with these are weekend events, so you can only play on the weekend. So there's a weekend tournaments, which means you got travel costs, you got food, you got hotels, you got tournament fees, and then that's just the UST. But now the next level. So if you're saying, hey, I'm a good tennis player and I want to play and I want to try to get that next level. So the next level is the ITF, which is the International Tennis Federation. So when you go to that, when you play the ITF, that's like a minor league type of thing. Well, not minor league, but that's like, okay, if these are serious players, then this is where you got your junior Wimbledons, your junior US Opens. That's what that comes from. So they try to replicate a pro style by saying, okay, you got to qualify one to get in. So if you don't got no ranking, you got to qualify, which is Saturday, Friday, Saturday, right? If you're qualified, the tournament starts on Monday. So then you play one match a day, Monday through Friday. So you gotta have hotel costs for Saturday through Friday, right? Not and that's just to play. That's just to play the tournament, one tournament. You get what I'm saying? So it's like those are things that could hinder you from really wanting to progress unless you got some funding from somewhere. So those are some things that we kind of go through and it's like unless you have an organization that can fund or somebody that can or you have your own family that has their own pockets or some good money in their pockets, then that's just something that deters people from even starting tennis because like, oh, this is
Yeah.
expensive. You might think, hey, this
So,
lesson is expensive.
so question. So when y'all two, when would y'all suggest that a parent get their kid into tennis lessons?
As soon as
Early.
possible.
Early, as soon as
Give me an
possible.
So like
age.
I'll give you
Four,
age. I'm
five,
starting 4 or
six.
5.
Four or
Okay.
five.
4 or
And
5.
so I have another question to that. Well, actually, I want y'all can do it together. Y'all, either one of y'all can pick if y'all want to. Speak to the parent that is the parent of the 4 year old. What should they do? If say like me, right? My daughter, she loves tennis. She want to go play pro one day. What steps do they need to take from being a novice? They don't know anything about the game. What steps do they need to take to get to that place to where they can go pro at 16, 17, 18, whatever age?
So Jay, I'll talk about the parent mindset. Jordan, you hit that. You hit him with the next steps. All right. So
Mhm.
if I'm talking to a parent, I'm gonna tell you just like this. Hey, tennis is a sport that is life changing and that will teach your kid everything they need to know to survive and to be successful. If you invest in them, you will always see a return on this investment. Now, this is not a cheap sport. I'm a straight shooter. All right. The average good racket is $300. All right. That's a light bill. Okay. That's a light bill and a water bill. So if you're
Yeah.
gonna do
Yeah.
this, you're gonna have to do this for real. And let's look at different options to make sure that this process is profitable, is cost effective. Next, this is a marathon. This ain't a sprint. You can't just be good for 2 years, pop out, and now you changing the game. And you got to be okay with the growth process because there are some guys, so there are some kids that was good from the tens all the way to the 16s, and then when they became when that weight hit them, they came trash. So those parents have been playing tournaments, 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 tournaments. Kids done seen success all the way up until it's time for him to become a little man, and they realize little Timmy ain't like that no more.
So let,
Little
let me
Tim,
let me
Hmm.
stop you, Jonathan, real quick. Let me throw a question in there. So, what is a good scale to kind of gauge your kid at when they're at that 4 to 8 range? Because you know a lot can change from
Probably just learning the
in that
fundamentals.
range. You could get
yeah, that's all
taller.
fundamentals.
Yeah.
Fundamentals,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Fundamentals, hand-eye coordination,
So if they
as
have
far
all
as
that,
teaching you
they
balance.
okay.
Yes. That's
Okay.
actually the perfect
Hmm.
time for them to be playing two and three sports. I would
Okay.
put them in
Okay.
track. I would put them in soccer. I would have them play baseball
Well,
so you can help with the
Ron a
hand-eye
big advocate of
coordination.
that. He
You know what
want
I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah,
5
So
both of the
that but
sports.
sports.
between that four and
Yeah.
eight, I'm
Oh,
very it is great for your son and daughter to be playing multiple sports
Okay.
because all you're doing is learning the different fundamentals. Tennis is a full body sport, full body. You know what I'm saying? Arms, hands, shoulders, everything. You're gonna use everything. So being able to be able to control every aspect of your body is perfect too. So learning how to use your feet. So that's one thing I would say from 4 to 8, teach them the fundamentals, help them with their eye contact, their hand-eye coordination, and then keep them excited. Because, like I said, this is a marathon. It
Yeah.
ain't a sprint. So if you don't want to waste your money or your time, make sure you keep it fun. Make sure you keep them focused on the fundamentals and celebrate the little wins. Because ain't no such thing as going undefeated forever in tennis. It's a whole bunch. You're going to take way more losses than you'll take wins. So you got to be mentally tough.
okay.
And also
So
throw in there
uh,
like where you can find beginner drills, where you can find
Oh,
That's what I was
beginner.
gonna say. Yeah.
oh yeah, we
Yeah.
do that. Oh, shoot. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Hop up
can.
and
So go
creep.
ahead
Yeah.
and
So okay. So
shout out y'all IG then. Go
Oh,
oh
ahead.
yeah,
yeah,
we do
man.
that. We do
Yeah,
that for a
yeah,
living.
yeah,
Go ahead,
man.
Jay.
So okay, so beginner stuff, and like you said, Cam's daughter, we started playing some tennis, but right now, if your kid's between the age of 4 and 8, you want to just really make it fun. You want to make it fun. You want to have some hand-eye to Johnson's point. You want to have some hand-eye coordination. You can get all the fundamentals because they're not playing no real tennis at 4 to 8, but you want them to get in the mindset of doing the right things, having good habits. And I tell parents all the time, when you're starting out, you want to lay a good foundation. You want to have a good foundation of what you want to be at 18, because your kid not going to be 4 forever. Your kid not going to be 8 forever. Your kid not going to be 7 forever. They're going to grow up. And as they grow up, you want to lay that foundation. Is like, a house, right? It's like, okay, if I have a foundation, and I know, okay, I'm built right here, and I built this land, and I got swamp beside me, okay, and to my next I got a residential area, and behind me I got another swamp. It's like you really probably gonna be boxed in right here, right? But if you got land, if I have my building right here in land, and I got land beside me everywhere, then I can spread out at some point, right? So it's just like that foundation of saying, hey, I can grow if I have room to grow, and I want to have the mindset of growth, because to Jonathan's point, these kids they change. So you might have somebody that is 12 and they're a short kid, and 13 they're short, and 14 short, and then 15 they just boom,
Right
growth
up.
spurt, growth
Yeah.
spurt, physically,
Hmm.
change, mentally change. And when that happens, you want them to have good habits. You want
Yeah.
them to have good developmental habits, good strategic habits. You want them to have a good mental habits, because tennis is 80% mental, 20% physical. Meaning how you approach the game, how you think about the game, how you react to the game, how you handle adversity. Those are all things that come before the physical part, right?
Yeah.
Because the physical part is just hitting the ball. And to John's point, it is a physical part because your body's moving, you're getting low, you're shuffling your feet, you're sprinting, you're chasing shots down. So as a kid, when you're 4 to 8, you just want to learn, hey, can I go deep out wide, deep short. You want to learn fundamentally, how can I move side to side? Can I go short ball? Can I see the ball? Can I keep my feet moving? Things like that you want to just kind of really just basic things like that, because that's all it is. If you think about it, in a sport, you're going to go to your right, to your left, forward and back, right? And so it's like if you can get that down, your structure wise, I mean your technique, that's a big thing that you want to get down, and you want to just get down the fact that hey, we're not going to take a shortcut. And so that leads me into what JD, well, with my other, I call my brother JD, but that's what leads me
Yeah.
Yeah.
to Jonathan. What he said
Yeah.
was, this is a sport of failures. You know, you're gonna have a lot of failures. And I think we mentioned this earlier in the day, and I know we all kind of coach. And so my thing is when you have somebody, and this is a little segue, but when you have I just want to kind of ask everybody, when you have a kid that you're coaching or you're mentor or you're talking to these kids, how do y'all, what's y'all approach on failures, or how do y'all get through a kid's mind or a parent's mind, because that's what one thing that parents really go through is, I'm spending all my money and my kid losing, and they think about it in a small frame, because they are spending a lot of money, you are spending a lot of time, and then you might not get a result that you want that
Mhm.
time. You know what I'm saying? So how do y'all approach that?
Well, I see. I think it's easy for us, and I think Ron gonna say about the same thing. But if you succeed 3 out of 10 times in our sport, you are damn near a Hall of Famer. So,
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying? At the big leagues, if you hitting 300, you a
yeah,
Hall of Famer, bro. Like you legit. You like that.
yeah,
You good as
yeah,
hell in our sport, and so that makes it a little easier when it comes to talking to parents and talking to like you do understand he's supposed to fail at this sport, right? This is baseball, sweetie. Like he's supposed to fail 7 out of 10 times to be a really good player. You're a really good player if you fail 7 out of 10 times. If you fail 5 out of 10 times, you are not a human being in our sport.
Mhm.
You're not human.
yeah,
That
yeah.
doesn't
There,
Yeah.
happen.
there's a
Yeah.
quote from Roger Federer. And sorry, before you go, Ron, there's a quote from Roger Federer, who's one of the best, tennis players, and he made a quote that said, I won 70% of my matches, but only 50% of my points, or 52% of my points.
Mhm.
Meaning the points he played, he won 5 or 10 of them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
he didn't win all his points. He won that's a very low percent, but he still won at a high percent,
yeah, yeah.
meaning that you gonna really, you're not gonna it's gonna be a lot of back and forth.
Right.
And so that's that, to your point, that's really it. It's just like, there's gonna be good days. I mean, we look at Coco, you win one, and then yeah, it's a long, gruesome sport, where you're gonna have some good days, you got some bad days, but you gotta know that there's other girls working or there's other guys working, and they really trying to catch you, or they trying to get past you, whatever the case may be. They're trying to uh work just like you working.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So what
For
were you gonna
sure.
say, Ron, though?
Nah, but then I had to just tell a parent this the other day too. Like for baseball, bro, it's 1 versus 9 when you in that batter's box. And I got 8 people in front of me, and I gotta find a way to place this white ball in between 8 people. Like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's hard, bro. That's hard to do. So when you do say 3 out of 10, some, you know what I mean? It's like, bro, that's real. Like
Yeah.
I don't know no other sport where even whatever it could be 1 versus 8 or 9, like bro, you're bound to lose. You're supposed to lose. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? So,
for
and
sure.
then some that a quote from Alice Rodriguez was like, you know what I'm saying? Hard work doesn't guarantee you success, but without it, you don't have a shot.
For
You know
sure.
what I mean? So
Right.
it's like even though you putting in work and you putting your time in, you're like that still won't guarantee you know success. But without it, bro, like you know what I mean, you
Right.
done. So
So, yeah.
and then kind of like what Jonathan said as well, just take your little wins. Like, hey, I can square the ball up as hard as possible and somebody
Yeah.
could catch it. But hey, the biggest part is, hey, I squared it up. So I need to go do
Mm-hmm.
that same thing, have the same time, and I'm pretty sure the same goes for tennis as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does. I couldn't agree with y'all more. It's all about making sure that they understand that failure is a part of success.
Hmm.
I think that's the biggest thing is we live in a microwave generation where everybody wants instant wins. They want you to just come out and be great. And in baseball, that's impossible. Because that ball is coming too fast and you got to time it up right. You got to have it.
Yeah.
Let's just be
Yeah.
honest,
Yeah.
it's impossible. In tennis, it's the same way, but in most sports, it's that way. But the issue is that parents have unrealistic expectations. All right. You know, doggone well, your son is slipping going to the bathroom, but you
Yeah, yeah,
expect
yeah.
him to get,
That boy,
you know what I'm
that boy
saying?
can't
You
walk.
expect
Can't
him to
walk
step
and
on
chew
this
bubble
field,
gum.
so to
Can't
step
walk
on
and
this
chew
court
gum.
and turn into Jesus Shuttlesworth. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna happen like
Right,
that.
right,
You
right.
know, so let's first, it's gonna start with parents having realistic expectations.
Yeah,
I'm not saying don't have a high standard. I'm
right.
saying be honest with what you're dealing with. That way, you're not suicidal through the process of your child becoming who they're going to be.
Yeah.
Because failure is inevitable, but preparation and proper application of that preparation is going to make those little wins be big wins in a failure sport. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by that is this. So my daughter plays. She played tournaments. She's played a couple tournaments since she's been alive, right? In the beginning, she took some losses. And when we get in the car, she hates losing. That's the only thing I'm allergic to. I hate losing. That's the only thing that make me sick.
Yeah,
Shoot.
yeah.
My daughter's the same exact way. She would be bawling and crying. I'd be like, "Hey baby girl, what's wrong?" And she'd say, "Daddy, I failed you. I failed you and I failed myself." And that hit me
Yeah,
because as a dad, I don't do I want is the winning the standard? Is that what we want? Yes. But I don't want you to think that just because you failed in this instant that you failed me.
Mhm.
right.
And that's what makes this process hard for a lot of parents and a lot of kids is because they can't disassociate this moment with my love that my dad has for me or with how my
Mm,
dad respects me as a person or how I should see this. So as parents, I think that that's one thing that we should be realistic with. Like, hey, yes, you're going to fail, but it's the beginning pages. That's what's supposed to happen and I love you through it. I'm not my love and my respect for you isn't tied to your results as a sport. It's tied to who you become in the process.
mm. That's
Yeah,
deep.
Nah,
Boy, that.
that's huge.
yeah,
That's huge.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that's yeah.
I
Wow.
agree.
I,
I agree.
go
I
ahead,
just
bro.
think, no, I was just gonna say, man, but I think these parents, man, that some of them didn't even play the sport, or some of
Correct.
them weren't even
100.
as
Yes,
Yeah,
good,
yes.
but
yeah,
they feel as though the biggest thing is, okay, well, this lesson cost that, it cost this to go out here and travel, and it cost this for $300 for a racket. Got to buy the shoes. I got to have all this
yeah, yeah,
equipment. It's hurting my pocket and I'm paying this and I ain't seeing no results. You know what I mean? But it's like, hey, but I
Right,
think us being athletes, we understand. But when you're
yeah,
not an athlete, only thing you understand is this is an expense. You know what I'm
yeah,
right.
saying? And it's coming out my paycheck. And that's
yeah,
all they understand. And I think that frustration and that lack of understanding kind of get pushed on the kid. And now you get kids where they kind of get burnt out early. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I don't even want to play no more. Cause, if
Right,
cause in a way you get these conversations where some of the parents feel like I could lose my child.
and
Or
they be
you know what I'm
seeing
saying?
it.
right.
Yep.
So
And
when
and,
you
Shoot,
and
get
they
hey,
when you
and if they
carry
don't
that kid
see it,
as a kid, right?
yeah,
It's
everybody say if
crazy.
they don't see it, they feel it. Cause it's like,
Yeah,
Right,
man, you hot at me. You know what I'm saying? Well,
right.
I don't so just as a kid, like I don't want to put myself in a certain predicament to have you come at me like that again, you know?
right.
I,
Right.
so I got
nah,
No,
a question for
I,
absolutely.
y'all. So question with that is that's a parent thing though. I think the reason I'm gonna just say it out there and tell me what y'all think about this. A lot of times parents putting that pressure on the kid because they don't want to do the work to make more money. Yo,
Oh,
you being broke
I
and
can't
not being
agree
able
with
to
that.
afford this is not your child's fault.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to make better
hey,
decisions.
hey,
You know what I'm
that's
Yeah,
saying?
hey,
Damn.
see,
hey,
I never thought
Hey,
about it like
yeah,
that.
that's crazy. Yeah,
for
that's crazy.
real.
Hey, that's
For
crazy.
Hey, that's
No,
real.
that's
all right,
real
bro.
though.
Hey,
And you know what?
I
That's
didn't
real
think about that.
because that's real because being like as we all dads and now it's just like man, we got to that's my first. I got to figure out a way to get this.
Hmm.
Get the this is what we gotta go, and this is the route that we gotta get. So I'm gonna have to get this amount to get the job done. You get what I'm saying? And to your point, I mean, it's just like the parents. I think the parents really kind of are the catalyst to all of this. The
Yeah,
parents, because to your point, like to your point, Jonathan. like you said, the first thing and as a coach, right? And I tell parents this all the time. They don't listen to this. This is something they don't listen to. I said, hey, it does not matter what I tell your kid. At the end of the day, they care about what you say to them more than what I say to them. And
Mm-hmm.
what I mean by that is I can tell them, hey, you're great. You're a great player. You're amazing. You're hitting that ball really well. You're so good. You're fast. I can pour life into them all day, and they'll hear it and in this ear and go out this ear. If you, as the parent, are telling them, man, you ain't played well today, man. What are you doing? What is going on? You came in here, you can't hit no serve today. If you're not pouring life into them as a parent, it don't matter what I say to them because that's what they're going to think about is daddy or mommy don't really think I'm that good. So I'm not that good, because they care more about what you because you're their lifeline, you're them. You get what I'm saying? And so it's just like that's something that I really preach is like, hey, if you have a bottle of just an empty bottle right now, say I pour this little bottle, say you got a bottle of this, right? And you pour negativity, you pour insults, you pour self or pour hatred into this bottle right here. All right, and I'm like, okay, time to pour this bottle out. I'm not going to expect positivity or anything to come out. Like, what do you expect to come out of it? It's like, okay, this is a bottle that I poured Diet Coke in here. I'm not going to expect water to come out of it. So it's like, as a parent, you're the forefront of it, and I have personal experience with this because there was one time I was coaching a girl, and so there's quick story. They have levels to the tournaments now. They have one through level 1 through 7. One is your top tournament. That's like your grand slams in the USTA. That's like your top tournament. Five is a really good tournament. That's when you start knowing you're good if you're able to win level 5. And so I had a girl that they have these state tournaments to qualify for this level 3 tournament. And so the girl I coached, she won the state tournament at a level 5. And she was so happy she won it. She said, "Oh my gosh, I won it! You told me if I won this tournament, if I won it, because she's in the 12s at the time. She said, you told me if I won the 12s tournament, I could go play in the 14s, right? She won that tournament. Her dad said, well, you got to go show me that you can win at a level 3, or you can show me that you can win. You get to the semis of a level 3 before we play up." I'm like, "What are you talking about, bro?" Because
Yeah,
them two different conversations. You get
yeah,
what I'm saying? You play up and you trying because playing up and level 3s are two different things. But you didn't validate your child at that time. You told her more that she's got to do more, and you didn't just right in that moment say, "Hey, great job, baby. You did really good. Yeah, we'll. I did tell you that. We'll get. You know what I'm saying? Something that just validates their hard work because a lot of times they just want your validation as a player. They just want your validation. Say, hey, you did a great job today. That's all they need. And so that's something that is just
wow,
missing in our community. I think in Tehran's point, it's really comes from the parent that never played, that is trying to really live through their kid
Yeah. Yeah.
and don't and it's financially, you know what I'm saying, financially a burden. So it's like I'm spending all this money and
Yeah.
they never played the sport. So you never played the sport and you don't understand the highs and lows and how difficult it is to play this sport. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like you don't understand how your body feel after you practice. You don't understand how your body feels during the match, the pressure you get during that match, the pressure.
yeah,
You'll never
never,
comprehend it
yeah,
because you never went through it, and you can't go. You just doesn't. You just won't understand it,
yeah,
and they try to think that they can do that. Or they think they can they can. I call it the Richard Williams coach. The Richard Williams. Everybody in our community, a lot of us feel like we Richard Williams. They out there, come on, do it. They feel like because they see Richard Williams coach their kid up to Serena and Venus, that they can
yeah,
be that same
yeah,
same that is, you know what I'm saying? And I'm
yeah,
sure
yeah,
that's
yeah,
with a lot of sports. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, for sure.
But it's not like that. But a lot of times you putting the pressure on your kid to fail you, and that's something that is detrimental to a kid.
Yeah, no, it is. And I
So.
and I also cause like I told you I'll be going to these games and stuff. We have an all stars right now, and so when I'm going to these games, I see a kid. His name started with a B. So his mom like, come on, B, you gotta. this, and I'm talking about the whole game. I'm
Yeah.
like, there's no way I can focus with my mom and sister yelling at me the whole game. Come on, B, why are you doing that? You need to be more aggressive. You need to. I'm like, golly. Like, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? I don't want to tell you how to deal with your kid, but I promise you, he will not be good if he got to deal with y'all every game. So
Right.
eventually, and I was happy about it, I ain't gonna lie. Eventually, he did one of these to them. I said, good. Nah, good though, because you leave him alone. Let him play. He's
Yeah.
8. Let him
Eight.
play. He's
Eight
8 years old.
years.
Let him play. Let him learn. Let him make mistakes.
Yeah.
This is 8U rec basketball. Calm down. Like I
He's
promise you,
not getting scouted right now.
he's
Right.
not getting scouted.
Right.
I'm the only one here
Right.
watching him. He ain't getting scouted for nothing. And so that be the thing though. Like these parents be really putting pressure on these kids.
Hmm.
And it's crazy because I just hear all these parents yelling at their kids. And I want to ask y'all about that. Like, as far as youth sports, like, where is, okay, so there's 2 lines, right? So where is the my kid needs to be performing at a certain level and my kid is just out there kind of learning? Like, where's that
Let,
to y'all?
I'm gonna hop in on that real quick. I'm gonna hop on
Okay.
that. And so
Yeah,
the
yeah.
answer to that, what I would say is, and what I try to tell parents is, you have to. We always gotta be honest, right? Let's be honest
Mm-hmm.
and let's not be dramatic. You know what I'm saying? So let's just kind of, we have to really say what the problem is. And so it's just like, for example, it's just like, okay, if you know your kid, if you say, hey son, you're getting blown by, right now you're getting hit with the right to left cross, and they keep blowing by you. You can't bite on the cross. You get what I'm saying? You got to kind of look at the hips, look at, if you're saying like if you're given actual problem solving, like you're saying, hey, right now, and you, because you have to teach, right? But if you're saying, hey man, you can't play no defense, it's just how you say it, right? It's like, you can't play no defense, you slow, you're fat, you whatever the
When are
case may
you
be.
talking about though? Are you talking about
So
post game or during the
I'm
game?
talking about I'm talking about post game. You gotta
Okay.
let them play during game. During
And
the game,
During
okay.
you
game,
can't do
yeah,
nothing
it's
during
key.
unless you're coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's
Yeah.
nothing you can tell if they're not ready to play right then. They ain't not ready to play, and
It's
you
over
can't do
with.
nothing for them right
Let,
now.
and let the
Yeah.
coaches coach.
Right. Let the
Yeah,
coaches coach. So
that
let their
too.
coaches
Yeah.
The
coach.
coaches coach.
If you're playing, like if it's tennis, like if they're not ready to play, they're not ready to play. And then the other thing is just like, you gotta be real, and then you gotta be real with yourself about who your kid is. Because if your kid showing you that they really kind of they giving you signs that they don't hustle, and you have to believe that. So and then you gotta just, like you said, you just gotta be real about the situation. That's all I'll let y'all chime in on these too.
I want to hear Brandon take for real because
Yeah,
in football I know it's 20
Yeah,
times worse than both of our sports than baseball
yeah,
and
yeah,
tennis. It's
but
gotta be
in
worse
football, you
because that flag football,
yeah.
them parents and dads be
I
taking it.
coached flag football and a little soccer, so it was definitely terrible with both of those. But like JD said, you really just gotta let them coach, and you gotta be honest with yourself. Like I coach 6-year-olds, 6 to 8-year-olds. It's like right now they're learning the fundamentals. This is flag football. They're learning the
right.
fundamentals. There's no pass right now. We're
Hmm.
not hitting none of that. So just let them understand the game and develop like that.
Yeah.
It'd be wild
So
though.
what? How would the parents out there though?
Bro, just same way. Like screaming, come on, let him get past you, come on, all that. Like he not
What?
trying. Like he
Right.
trying.
Yeah. He try.
You
That
try.
be the thing too,
You
bro.
know?
Like
It's like
Right.
you
Right.
he
think he just wanna let him
trying.
get past him?
Right. You trying. They
Right.
trying. They trying.
Trying.
Yeah.
They trying, man.
You come out
He
there and
not
do it.
trying.
Like it's
They
crazy.
Yeah.
trying.
They trying.
That's crazy. Them boys trying, man.
You try, man. Give little Johnny a break,
I
man.
mean, come on. Hey,
For real though.
that boy.
Like, yeah, yeah, it's crazy though, for sure.
Nah, but the
And then
parents are definitely is. Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go
and
ahead.
with flag football, like they're I guess kind of a little closer to the field than baseball or softball, so you can definitely hear them too. So
Ah,
it's
true, true. But
yeah,
see, most of the parent, well, at least dads be coaching though, huh?
right, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
be
So
bad
that
too.
that
Dads
make
be
it
bad
worse.
too, bro.
Yeah.
They be trying to live through them and stuff. Like, come on, bro.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's real. So question for y'all. Question for y'all. Um, just a quick question. Would y'all rather y'all kid be the hardest worker or the most talented?
Both.
No, no,
Yeah,
no,
both.
no, no, Jonathan, no, no. You ain't getting out of that one.
Both of them.
The
Hard,
hardest worker or the most talented? Of course,
hardest
both.
worker.
I'm gonna take the
I'm
hardest
gonna,
worker
I'm gonna go hardest
Yeah.
worker.
because the
Because
hardest worker will eventually be the most talented.
facts, you gonna get what you deserve if
Ah,
you the hardest worker. In
I
I'm
my
a
don't. I
opinion,
don't
hey.
agree.
I'm a,
I don't agree. I
look, look,
don't
look, I
agree
was
with
gonna
that.
say we got two takes from this because I'm gonna get. I told you me and Jonathan are two different people here,
Uh huh.
right?
I don't
So
agree.
Jonathan is 10 works 10 times harder than I work, right? But I'm talented, and so if I work, so that's the thing that is the
That used
thing.
to
I had
piss
the
me off as
talent,
a kid
he
too.
got the
That's
right.
ooh.
yeah,
And I
that's
used to
true.
be,
Yeah,
but I learned from him though to work hard because I was like, okay, it
Yeah,
just
yeah,
comes easy. You get what I'm saying? But you gotta have that mix. But to your point, like you gotta, I would
yeah.
take
Tough.
work hard because
that's
that
true.
that don't that don't leave. That
Cause,
don't
cause,
leave. I would say
cause
work hard.
Cam and Ron, y'all know how crazy I worked in college, and I didn't get the
Hmm.
playing time I wanted. So that's true.
Right, right.
That's true.
But
Yeah. But the
and so well, I want to hear Ryan answer first.
Oh shit, I'm gonna go talented, the most
talent, yeah, you
talented,
gotta go
because
talent.
Really?
Yeah.
Now
I
that
feel
now
like
that
Yeah, break that
shocks
down
me.
for me.
That
Break
is
that down
I'm
for
interesting,
me.
Ron. That you
I'm gonna
yeah.
I'm gonna
That's
go
very
talented.
interesting you said that because you wanted him to sleep with roaches until he that's
Yeah.
very
That what
interesting
it
you
yeah.
said that.
He said
Yeah.
I'm
that.
gonna, but I
I
mean,
just
but
knew
you
I
asked me what I would prefer as a parent.
right,
What I
true,
prefer as a
true,
parent.
true.
So I
The
mean,
talent, yeah.
I'm gonna say talent because if you got the talent, then hey, we can work on ways to
Correct.
we can
Correct.
navigate
Yeah.
Right.
hard work to
Yeah.
where what I mean some things to translate, and now you're going to be even that much better. You know what I mean? It's
Yes.
just that part of that hard worker is kind of like sometimes you majority of the time you get overlooked. You know what
Overlooked.
I'm
That's what I was
saying?
gonna say. Yes,
Because yeah, you
absolutely.
got the great fundamentals, and yeah, you do everything right, but it's like
But you're still 5'7" and
Yes.
one 120. So
Yeah,
Right.
they said
Yeah.
that's
you can
true.
work as
That's
hard as
real.
you want at
Oh,
5'7" and 120. You ain't playing
right.
no professional
That's
sports.
what I was
So
gonna
Shoot, that's
say.
why I
It's
said
hard
both,
Yeah,
man. That's why I
yeah, yeah.
said
because
No,
both.
I
because
feel it, Jonathan.
yeah,
Shoot.
because
I'm kind of
if you
with you
It's
there,
like, for
talented,
Ron. Yeah.
example, so
that
like I'm glad Jordan brought us up. So Jordan naturally was way more talented than I was, and it used to piss me off because I'm on the court 5 6 hours. Jordan come on the court for about 13 14 minutes, and we hitting at the same level, and I'm like,
This
what is
nigga-
this?
you know what, bro?
And Pops was like, and then Pops would be
that's
like,
no,
he'd be like,
yeah.
hey, he said, hey, he tried to make me feel good. He was like, hey, he been watching you. You been training them from the
Oh yeah,
from the
yeah, yeah,
view.
yeah,
So
yeah,
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 I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
no, no, no,
No, I
no.
don't want to hear
This
that.
dude was
I
dunking
did
at
watch him.
11. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
that's yeah.
I ain't start dunking till I was in high school. This boy dunking in the seventh grade. So I'm just looking.
Yeah.
So
I
there's a
did do
big
that.
difference between the talent and the hard work. But I want somebody. If I'm a parent, I say the hard work, but after hearing y'all, you right. I'll
Yeah,
take the talent because I can, like Ron said, I can teach a
You
talented
could
kid to
teach
work
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hard.
yeah, yeah,
No,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
absolutely.
But I can't
Yeah.
guarantee that a hard worker gonna have talent because it's a lot of
yeah,
folks that work harder than me
Yeah.
yeah,
and just suck. As I'm thinking
Yeah.
about it,
yeah,
yeah, you're
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It went
Yeah.
hard as
Cause
hell.
but
cause
are they gonna
cause
work hard
You never get to that
on
level. Like
on their own?
there's
right.
some people. It doesn't matter how hard you work. You will never
Right.
get to that
Just
level.
won't get it.
Like
Right. And that's yeah.
you just ain't got
Cause
Yeah,
it.
cause
yeah,
to Jonathan's point, like I learned how to work hard from him though. You know what I'm saying? Watching him work hard, I'm like, oh damn, okay. But to your point, it's just like if you're talented, that gets you through a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You could teach a talented person to try, to work hard if you got talent. But if this kid got two left feet and yeah, they work hard, but it's like, bro, you just don't got it. You just don't got it.
Yeah,
which is why they call it the it factor. You got some people got that it
Yeah,
factor,
yeah,
and if you can find a kid with the it factor, you're like, oh, okay.
yeah.
Excuse me.
So let
Because
me
we
ask
They
you.
got
Let
and,
me ask you.
right.
and real quick,
Let me
and
ask
and
you.
that's the
Go
thing.
ahead.
We've all seen a kid who's like kind of just started playing, and it's like, boy, you could be good at
But to
this
your
thing.
point, yeah,
Like,
to your daughter. That's when I see when
oh,
we came out there, I said, man, I said because I said, but she's striking it. She can
yeah, yeah,
strike it,
yeah. You what? Yeah,
and it right. And
I ain't
I said,
know.
hold on,
You was
yeah,
excited
you
though.
don't
I
even
was
know, but
like,
that's right. I said, bro, yeah, you got to keep her playing,
yeah,
cause
yeah,
cause
yeah,
when you
yeah,
see so many, and y'all can get attest to this, when you see so many
Yeah.
kids, you don't see the people that got no talent,
yeah,
that got some talent, that got high talent, got low talent. But when you see one with the it factor, they just stand out a little bit. They're like, hold
yeah.
on now,
He said, "Oh,
let me
she
swing
a
that
lefty too." I
lefty.
said,
Yeah. I said,
"Hey,
yeah,
Hey, he was
yeah,
bragging. He was bragging about your daughter,
yeah,
Cam. He was
yeah,
like,
real."
"Hey, man, you get.
yeah.
Hey, he
I
got
said, bro,
Cam. Got him one in there. He got
got
him
one,
one."
yeah,
got one. Cause the coordination, she
yeah,
came out there hitting. She ain't got no care in the world. Just pow, pow. I
hit
said,
him.
Yeah.
Dang.
And then
nah,
you
what
get
going on?
and then you get some people who will take a chance on a talented kid and
Yeah,
give them that projectability rather
Yeah,
than a person who's hard working.
that's
You know
very
what I
true.
mean?
Yeah,
Because they see the potential. Like,
yeah,
shit, he gonna
yeah,
be something. If I just give him a little tweak or
yep,
give him some lessons or put him with the right person.
yeah,
yeah,
But
Hey, let
yeah.
me go on and pull him, and if they
they
gain
yeah.
some weight, gain some muscle, you know.
That's real.
they'll
To,
take
to your
that
point,
chance
got
on a hard worker too. If I'm a coach and I know this player is gonna be the hardest worker on my team, I want that player.
Yeah, but if
well,
you had to
well,
choose between the
right.
one two, which would
Well,
you choose though?
to Brandon's point though, as you when you get to that
I
college
want
level,
that player.
everybody's talented. Everybody should be talented,
Yeah,
right?
I
Everybody
want that
should be
player, bro.
talented. So now you got to figure out who work hard, who don't work hard.
Well,
Yeah,
But
no. Well, the question
you
was
talking
the
about
hardest worker or the most talented.
or the most talented? Oh no, yeah, most
This
talented.
the best
I
way
ain't
of
hear. I ain't hear that
voting.
most part. You ain't
Yeah.
say
we
He
ain't
most
say
adding
part.
we
You
ain't
stuff,
ain't
say
ain't
say
he?
most.
He
Man,
adding,
that
But
was an
he
easy
adding
decision. You
stuff,
yeah,
said
ain't he,
most.
most.
Ron? Ain't he,
the
Brandon?
hardest worker or the most talented. So
Then you
it's
got to
like
go talented. Yeah,
you got to, especially if you're a coach too. Well, it depends, but like if you're a coach too, you yeah, give me that. Because especially if you're a high school or college coach, I'm gonna have you 4 years. I don't care really how hard you work. If I'm a high school or college
but
coach, like
how many
if you got it, you got it, bro.
how many people have y'all seen who eat not even coaching if y'all played with them too, who just really like that, but don't have the work ethic.
Oh, I definitely seen that. Yeah, I seen
Yeah,
Yeah.
that.
I'm about to say,
Let
I
me
yeah.
see. Let
seen
me
that.
name.
I don't want to say
Who
no
has Skiggy,
names,
Ron?
but I ain't gonna
Yeah.
say no names.
All
I ain't
right.
gonna say no names.
That's
Who
a bad.
really
That's a
But
bad.
like it, but just don't
That's a
got the
bad.
work
That's a
ethic.
bad.
It's
That's a
like,
bad. That's a
yeah,
bad.
you know,
I ain't gonna call. But me and you talked about him though. No, I'm gonna just say pitcher. I'm gonna just say pitcher.
But
For
look,
sure, for sure, for sure,
Yeah,
for
the
you
sure,
know
thing,
what I
for
mean.
sure.
Bruh,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he
yeah, yeah,
as
yeah,
a
for sure.
12th grader coming in, he came and showcased with us or whatever, and scrimmaged us a little bit, and coach put him in, and he was throwing it. You know
I
what I'm
already
saying?
know.
Doing
I
his
know who you.
thing.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's kind of like once he got there, it was like it wasn't even about baseball. You know what
Everything
I
else
mean? It
matters.
was everything else mattered, like you know what I mean? Which I respect a hustler always, but it's like, bro, we on the grind and in the trenches trying to win ball games,
You see
and
what I'm saying?
you know what I mean? And that's where
Oh,
it kind of went left. You know?
what about the other one though? The other one we was just talking about.
Yeah,
Yep, that one too.
yeah.
He was probably the most talented that came through that motherfucker, but didn't have no work ethic.
At
Uh,
all. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Brandon,
That's real.
you know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I know both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so that's as a parent. So what about as a
Damn,
teammate? What would you prefer?
The
damn.
hardest
See, y'all,
worker, bro.
y'all,
as a
y'all
Yeah,
make
team.
me
I
change.
prefer
Y'all
a
make me
motherfucker who
change my
gonna push
mind,
me
man.
every day.
Damn.
Who gonna push
Yeah,
as
me
a
you
as
want
a
every day.
yeah,
team,
Who gonna be early
but I
in the
think
gym and leave late.
yeah. I
That's who
think
I
that's
want.
different though, because you need that hard worker, and you know that hard worker is gonna matter in ball
Tyler
games.
Baker.
You know what I'm
Tyler
saying?
Baker.
Yeah,
Tyler
yeah,
Tyler
fucking
Baker.
Baker.
You
Yep,
feel me?
That
yep.
motherfucker gonna
You
work
feel me?
hard.
That's what I'm
That
Mm-hmm.
moment,
saying, bro.
he pushed me. He pushed you.
Yep.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
pushed
you
me.
need that
He
hard
gonna
worker.
work
You
Yeah.
hard.
need that
Baseball.
hard worker
He didn't even
because
play
you
baseball.
need
He pushed.
you
Shit.
need somebody to teach you how to work.
Damn.
At the end of the day, you got
Right.
because there's levels to everything. It's like
Yeah.
okay, while I'm working, and then you see, I remember at JUCO. I got the JUCO, man. And so at JUCO, I had a teammate that ended up getting drafted to play basketball. Shout out to my boy Alize Johnson. He's still playing now. So he's 6'8". That's the only reason I went to there because the dude was telling me, hey, I got a kid here that getting looked at by everybody in the country. I said, all right, well, yeah, sign me up. So when I got there, Alize is about he was about this thin. I mean this skinny kid had a motor on him. I said, man, I ain't even, I'm like, bro, this kid got a motor. And I'm talking about when we had used to do a 3 mile run. This dude sprinting the whole time. I said, golly, you
Yeah,
know what
he
I'm
be
saying? It was
going.
it was him and our other guard, Lucius. And I'm saying, bro, y'all. I'm like, bro, y'all are on another level of conditioning that I
Yeah.
don't, you know what I'm saying, that you don't even see until you see it. Like you need that to just say, man, there's a whole nother level of what you doing. Because
Yeah.
you'll never know if you're talented. You like to Ron talked about this with the Atlanta rap, but if you go in athletics and sports, you're in a pond. We all come from a pond, right? We come from a
Hmm.
pond, and we probably that big fish in that pond, and so everybody's thinking that you work the hardest, you were
Yeah.
talented,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then you get plucked out that pond, and you go into your team of college sports or whatever it is, and now it's like, man, I'm in a lake, or I'm in a little bit of an ocean and everybody working hard. And then you see that person that is working hard and really hard, and like, man, that's a whole nother level that I gotta even get to. And a lot of times that's what happens with freshmen when they come in and they're like, man, I can't even hang right now.
Right,
You get what I'm saying?
right,
So I can't hang
right.
because there's a whole nother level to this that I didn't even know that was there. You get what I'm saying? You
Mm-hmm.
got to have somebody that's gonna push you.
Bro,
Yeah,
real quick, because you said that. I want to ask y'all, what was the best welcome to college moment? It could have been yours, or it could have been somebody else you seen. A welcome to college
I'll go
moment.
first. Goddamn.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Like we said before, I went to school PWI in Iowa, bro. With
yeah.
big ass Iowa boys. First day in the weight room camp. Oh my God, them boys throwing weight around. I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
I been like,
Throw.
boy, for real, bro. They in there going crazy. The salt, they on the paddle with the hand, like, bro, they going crazy. That was my first working moment. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
in there just
Hold on.
throwing around the
I'm in the
way.
group with them. Oh
I'm
Yeah.
man,
telling you,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
You,
Like, man,
you
come
sure?
on.
What?
You sure?
That was my
Sure.
first
That's a
for sure.
typo, coach.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
cause we like we lifted in high school, but like niggas was
Right.
just good. We didn't really lift.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
boy,
yeah,
Yeah.
them Iowa boys, the Midwest boys, they lift for
yeah.
real.
Boy, throwing
Boy,
away.
strong, boy.
Yeah,
Them
yeah.
tight
Yeah.
ends coming
Yo, I'm telling
out
Yeah.
y'all,
of Iowa. Yeah.
that was mine.
Oh,
Mm.
oh, what about you?
I'll go next, man. This was
Yeah.
well, it's two. So one of them is this guy here, that boy Ron, at that first practice when we was practicing and we were doing throwdowns, and that boy threw down, and I remember it. I remember it. I was like, shit. That's the only thing I said. I said, shit. But, hey, I'm gonna let that ride. I said, shit. And the second one, so this was outside of practice. The second one was somebody's eyewitness welcome to college moment. He was a pitcher. The first batter he faced as a college pitcher, bomb, first pitch. He hit a bomb
Damn,
off of
first
him.
pitch.
Man.
Get this, second batter, second pitch, bomb. I said, oh shit. He
Mm-hmm.
gonna quit after
he
this.
Yep.
he's not ready.
Yep.
But I couldn't believe it.
Hang it up.
His
Yeah.
first and second batter he's ever faced in college hit bombs off on. I said, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, that's
I,
crazy.
I, I don't know how you come back from that, boy. But those my
Yeah.
two moments though. That boy Ryan, he let that motherfucker fly. He was just coming back off the what you call it too. So that's why he.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say mine was probably when I got to A&M and we in practice, bro, and everything's so physical. I'm like, so my coach, he didn't know because I could score, so he was like, well, one when I got there, they had a guy that there was next up to play point guard, so I could score, and so he's like, okay, we're gonna put you at the two guard, but I'm not a big two guard. So I'm like, okay, I'm like 6'1", 6'2", but I can, like I said, I can score well. But my thing was getting open, right? And so in high school, all you gotta do is just hey, throw that motherfucker right here, throw it. You might have to put your arm up just a little bit, throw it right here, catch it to my hand. No, you getting pushed. I'm getting pushed. That was one thing. So I'm like, damn, okay, I'm really getting pushed off my spot here a little bit. So I'm up here, I'm fighting too long to get the ball. I can't get the ball. So I'm like, dang, okay. So my first month probably or so, I'm trying to, because now I'm playing the two guards that we got, which is just the older kids, and it's just very physical. So I'm like, man, and then on top of that, I can't get the plays. We got 40 plays we trying to run. So I'm like, we ain't never ran no plays or not that many plays. So
Yeah.
now I got 40 plays and I'm getting hit. And then I'm like, hey, I'm just messing up. So you think I'm just messing up. So that's what I was saying. It was just a culture, more culture shock to me rather than, where I gotta figure out how I gotta get physical. How can I
Yeah.
get physical and hit first, or how can I get open? It was like that was a tough thing to get open because they didn't want me to shine. Like they didn't want me to shine. Like, bro, we
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
letting this freshman shine. So that's one thing. Like, bro,
Yeah.
they're like, y'all niggas really hating, boy. That boy really hating for real. Them boys hating, boy. Them boys not trying to let me get on the court, and I wasn't. So I was like, so they was like, so that was one thing, and then I couldn't get the play. So by that time that it took to, if I would have known that ahead of time, I think going in, I just didn't know I had to. I just didn't know that was the case. And so when that was the case, then by the time I got acclimated, it was mid-season.
Yeah.
And so that was for me, but it helped me for the rest of my time playing basketball because now I already got, I already got
Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got bigger and I'm hitting. And now I'm figuring out how to get leverage on somebody, get lower, hit them first. But then if you get lower, you can pick them up from just being lower than them. You know what I'm saying? So that was my thing. So I
Mm,
learned that quick and then I just kept it with me.
that's real. Steve. What
What
about
about
you,
what
John?
about you?
I was gonna
Yep.
let you go, Ron. You want me to go next?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right, Sue. All right, so for me, my welcome to college moment. All right, so I'm a trash talker. Jordan said that earlier. It didn't matter if I thought you was better than me or not. I'm talking trash. My first match, we played University of Texas. All right, they was number two in the nation at that time period. My freshman year. So I'm thinking I'm him. My senior year, I was player of the year. You know what I'm saying? Made it to Southerns. I was playing all these top talent, all these top kids in the South. So I'm like, all right, I already know the level I'm about to walk into. So I come in here talking shit. I'm like, oh, dude. I said, man, your serve slow. You can't run, and I said, and you run like a statue. And that same dude I'm talking trash to was ranked number 5 in the country. I didn't know that at the time when I was talking trash. That was like somebody talking trash to LeBron James, and now you got to guard him the rest of the game.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
know what I'm
go on.
saying? And when I say this dude, his first service game, he aced me 4 times. I ain't never been aced a whole game in my life. I'm over here, dude, dropping 120s. Wow. Hold on now. He can't do that again. I even said that thing and said, oh no, he can't do that again. I line back up. Wow.
Boy, fucking with you at this point, ain't he?
Bro, so was. I go to the next side. He started laughing. He started laughing. This little Serbian dude, he was talking shit. He said, "Yeah,
Yeah.
no, no. I thought you said I ran like a statue. This the Statue of Liberty right here. You better call somebody." And
Yo.
hey, I'm talking about he beat the brakes off me, dog. He beat the brakes off me. And in that moment, it showed me, oh snap, there is another level. I see. Yes, you good, but you not him yet. And my freshman year, shoot, and then when we got to the I went to Prairie View. My freshman year, my coach was big on us playing the best of the best. And then when we get to read that way, when we get to our conference, it's easy. So our non-conference, we playing UT, Baylor, SMU. We playing all these really top Power 5 schools. So I came in the conference with my I came in the college like this. I came in the conference like this. I'm talking about humbling.
Yeah.
Boy was boy was humbled. And
Yeah,
so
yeah,
hey, for real, that was the only year I wasn't all conference. But it showed me though that I wasn't working hard enough. You know what I'm saying? You ever have a moment where you think, "Oh yeah, I finally arrived," and then you think you him. And my stepdad, like my father-in-law, loves to say this. He'll be like, "Everybody think they Billy Badass until they meet Billy Badass,"
yeah, yeah,
and
Yeah.
I met Billy.
Mhm.
yeah, yeah,
Before you
yeah.
go on, and before you go on, I'm gonna tell y'all this story too. But my real story was in high school. So my real story was
Yeah,
in high
same,
school.
same.
Yeah, I'm about to say mine was in high school. I was a sophomore. So to Jonathan, like I had an offer from Western Carolina already. So I'm already thinking I'm good. So we played a team. So not only do I think I'm good, people think I'm good. So people think I'm good already. I already have like a little bit of rep, going in. So we played a team called Olympic out of Charlotte, and they had a kid named Alec Freeman on there. I don't know what happened to Alec, but I know he was older than I think he was 2 years older than me. He was a senior at the time, and he had committed to Baylor. And so I said, all right, what's up then? When I tell you I was getting cooked, this dude about 6'4" guard. Wow, he would hit me with jab steps, and I'm guarding him because I'm the dude, I'm the guy.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
bro, you go get him then, bro. You get him. So I said, all right, I got him. Bro, boom, body dip. So I said, golly, cooking me. I'm talking about this was at a tournament that was it was like outside of Aiken, but it was a school called Midland Valley. They had a tournament and they came down, bro, cooking me. I had points and all, but we lost by 50 and he cooking me. I said, bro, he catching oops. He hit me with a backdoor. So at one point I said, bro, I'm finna just deny. I'm denying. Bro said, and went back door. They threw a oop to him. Hey,
No,
I said, God damn. I
go,
said,
go
bye.
get me, coach, get me.
I'm
No, what
telling
nobody
you.
come get me. You got to do it the whole game, bro.
Hey,
He had he had about 35. I said, ugh. It
yeah.
was a long 30. It wasn't no free throws though. It wasn't no free throws,
Oh
No.
no
yeah,
Shea Gildress,
yeah.
just straight buckets,
Mm.
straight bag
Hey,
work.
run
Bro
with,
said, I'm like, bro,
run with,
at least send a send a
all
double
over
or
that boy.
something, bro. I'm my sophomore year. I said, bro, this dude killing me. I
Yeah,
remember that to this day, bro. I said, bro, I ain't never felt like that, bro. Dude, straight kill. And I still like I can count on two fingers how many times that happened. There was one time, but that was my first welcome. I'm like, bro, I'm whatever is there, I'm not there right now.
yeah,
Speed, quickness, all I said, I'm just not that.
yeah,
Yeah, at the I was a sophomore, I'm like, bro, I get it, but I said, bro, this dude is amazing. And I was like, bro, but I was dick rotten like a mug after that, bro. I was like, who is this
yeah,
nigga?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
who is
yeah,
this? Who is
yeah.
this nigga, bro?
Nah, that's
And
real. Mine
that
happened in
was
high.
crazy.
My real one was in high school too. But it was in the playoffs. We faced. I remember they said, "Oh yeah, buddy, that throwing against us. He going to UGA." So we are. Yeah, okay. We gonna see it. But I went in there. I make it short. I came 3 times. That was it. That boy
Yeah.
got me up out of there 3 times.
Yeah. Three.
Struck
Yeah.
out 3 times. I said, yeah, all right. Nah, that boy had stuff.
He
That was
legit,
different.
Damn.
man.
It's different when you facing these other teams. They
Right.
fat ball, little curve ball. That boy
Yep.
had stuff. That boy he was spinning it. He was doing everything he wanted to do. That boy had his
Yeah.
way with us. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Hey,
No, for
Yeah.
sure.
But yeah, I got two welcome to college moments. The first one when I got to ski, my freshman year, the first year after transferring from Lane College. We had this little trail run we got to run, and so I'm thinking, we just run around the campus and then we good to go. Man, we started at the baseball field, ran around the whole campus. Then it's this long street you gotta run down. They ain't nothing but farmland and everything. Man, it's about 4, 5 miles. You gotta run all the way down and then run all the way back and then run back to the baseball stadium. Um, no offense to bruh, but I finished behind Christian, bro. Christian.
hey,
That was
No
my.
offense, no offense
yeah,
to bro.
y'all don't know, but Christian damn near came crawling back. to,
It's
to
behind
finish it
him.
behind Christian was
Yeah,
wild. Yeah,
yeah, bro. Yeah. I finished
my boy
behind him,
Christian,
bro.
man.
There were about 3, 4 people behind him, so I was like probably second or third to last. And I was just like, God damn, bro. Like, and I know, you know what I mean? I'm the transfer coming in, so you know what I mean? I'm like, golly, what the hell? And then the second one though, we played Selma at Selma, my freshman year at Lane College. You know, they good for talking junk. And I had so I didn't catch the first game, but I caught the second game. And as I'm going to warm up the bullpen, the pitcher or whatever, the guy's like, "Oh yeah, that's him." And like, "Oh, that's the catcher, that's the catcher." So you know, I'm already like, "Shit, yeah, that me." You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that
saying?
me.
Like, yeah, that
What
I
you
me.
mean,
mean?
You know,
yeah.
I threw
Yeah.
out 2 of his teammates at second base.
Yeah.
So then this guy comes up to bat and he said, "Hey, bro, you ain't finna do me how you did them. I promise you that." I said, "Oh, you talking?" I said, "Oh, it sound good." He said, "Bro, I'm gonna go on the first pitch and the second pitch. I don't need no break." I said, "Oh shit." I said, "Okay,
Yeah.
cool."
That
So
boy
I said, "All right."
talking.
Buddy got walked. I kid you not. Stole the first one. Safe. I'm like, okay, all right, shit. Let me, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right,
Hold
look,
on.
let me,
Arm
let
a
me
little
tighten
tight.
up. You know, I'm a,
I
freshman. You know what I'm saying? Then goddamn, he's still third. I throw it. He beat the tag, right? I said, "Man, that boy can't fuck with me." I said, "Oh,
That boy
I was like,
too.
oh."
Yeah.
So it was just as an incoming
Yeah.
freshman from high school,
Yeah.
you feel like you that guy, you throwing out everybody, and then it just you meet a guy. Granted, he was older, but you meet a guy,
But he
and it's
told
just
you.
Mhm.
he told
Yeah,
me
Yeah.
what he was gonna do, and not only that, he did it.
Did
He
it.
did.
Then he had
yeah,
the
It
remarks at
succeeded.
the end, and it was
After,
like,
yeah,
to
damn,
let you
like,
know I did this.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
yeah,
Hey.
for real, you know what I mean? So it made me like that welcome moment, like, bro, it's a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Cause yeah,
Yeah.
you're good, bro, and they know about you, but it's like it's another level you gotta hit to, you know what I
yeah,
mean, to prevent this. So let's just say that year I transferred, I sat out a year because it was within the same conference, and you know, took that year very seriously, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
came back and, performed. So
And led the conference and throw out, man. Go ahead and
I
tell them
did, yeah, that same year. Well, not that same year.
the
When I
next year.
after the year I sat out after I transferred from Lane to Tuskegee, that next year I led the conference in throw. I think it was like by 12. So I
Come
think
on, man. Right.
I think I had
Yeah.
28, and the next person behind me had like 16.
Come
So it
on,
was
man.
like, it was big for me. You know what I'm
Talk to him.
saying?
Yeah, it's been for everybody. It's been for us too, man.
Yeah,
Except
no, it's dope.
Joshua.
Yeah,
For
And
sure,
shout out to Joshua, man.
for sure. Ah man, hell no.
Hey, that boy hell.
I'm gonna leave it
Nah,
alone.
that's real. Though. I wanted to see that because I think that's a big deal for everybody. That's a big deal for these younger guys who I'm sure y'all know too, who don't listen to anything we got to say because we don't
Right.
know anything. To
Right.
them, we don't know nothing. But like when we try to tell them, hey, when you get to this next level, I'm telling
Hmm.
you, bro, it's gonna
yeah,
be different. And they
Hmm.
yep.
don't want to hear that though. Uh, what else we got, man? What else topic? I like the sports, man. Let's stay on sports. I like that. Um, so let me ask y'all another question there, because I like sports. Let's stay on that. How big is sports to your identities?
Hey, I'm gonna
Because
say, man, sport. You
and
know what?
see and
Let's
and,
talk
and
about it.
let,
No,
let
no.
me
Let's snowball that one. All right. So
okay.
not only that, let's
Hold
let's.
on. Before you
Oh,
before
go
you
ahead.
go,
Go ahead. Yep.
I want to say why, because I understand we are all married and we are all fathers now, but like we we've been doing the sports things longer than we've been doing the marriage and fatherhood thing. So how
Right.
big is sport? That's why I asked how big is sports to our identities, that like us today. But go ahead, JD.
Oh, yeah, I was going. Yeah, it's well, shit. I still coach. That's my job now. So it's still my
No, for sure.
identity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I was gonna snowball that right and say,
yeah, yeah.
what's or how hard is the transition from being, well, we all say, well, what you gonna do when the ball stop? Like, what was everybody's transition from athlete to, hey, bro, get a job, or it's time to, you're graduating, and now, time's up. So what was your transition like from becoming an athlete to a non-athlete?
Well, shit, I go first.
Yeah.
So it went straight, and I'm blessed to have this, but it went straight into coaching. So I got straight out the field, and I went straight into coaching at Tuskegee for 3 years, and then I moved on to another coaching job. So I stayed in athletics, and I'm still in athletics, but thankfully I got the chance to stay in athletics, so that like that need for athletic, that need for the sport is not necessarily like a huge need anymore, because like I'm still around it, but it I ain't gonna say it was tough, but it was a little different, because I'll speak on this, going from playing with these guys last year to coaching these guys the
Yeah.
next year. I
Mm-hmm.
had to change some of the things I did. I had to change some
Hmm.
of the language I used towards the guys. I couldn't speak to them the same, because now I'm your coach versus your teammate or your friend. You know what I mean? I couldn't go to these parties with these guys, even though I'm still a student. I'm a student coach. I can't. I don't want to go party with you and stuff, because I have to maintain that. Like, I have to
Yeah.
keep
That
that.
respect, yeah.
Yeah, and so I can't go party
You
with you. I
ain't you ain't
can't.
partners no more.
Yeah. It's like that. And
Yeah.
run.
Yeah. Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I was coaching run, and it
Yeah.
was tough, because like ever since I've been at Skiki, we've been like this. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
so
Mm-hmm.
I had to pick, like, to be honest, like, I had to pick the couple of guys that I could trust. Like, it wouldn't change on and off the field, because the respect is there for each other on and off the field anyway. So when you have your run and your KB and your bake, it's there already. And
Right.
so I know if I hang out with them, it ain't gonna change. So I think my transition was a little, well, shit, y'all all went into coaching too, but like I think my transition was a little easier, because I got to coach. Like, I went straight into coaching the same place I was at already. So my
Yeah.
transition was a
Hmm.
little easier, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think,
That makes sense.
I think
That
for
makes
me,
sense.
as far as transitioning to the next season,
Yeah,
it was a
Hey,
little,
plug.
yeah. There you go.
Plug, there it
it
is.
was a little,
How is it transition to the next
it was
season?
a
To the
little
next
tougher
season.
because I kind of felt like doing that. Well, after that transition, I kind of felt like I didn't receive everything I gave or put out to the sport. So it was a little tough, and I kind of lost. I wouldn't even say lost the love for it, but kind of just still trying to figure out, and still do I want to go coach? Do I want to just get a regular job? Do I want to go career path? So, but I mean, as far as what I learned from it, a lot was discipline. You gotta, and we talked about that before. Like, I never forget learning discipline from it, the brotherhood, just the camaraderie, just all of that. So, but the transition was at first it was tough, but now it's pretty smooth now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And so
Yeah.
question about that though, like, because I know you transitioned from athlete to coach, and
right,
then but you transitioned from coach to firefighter, right? So
right.
why didn't coaching keep you? What about coaching didn't keep you?
Coaching, that's a good question, bro. And I love coaching. It was just more so I found a passion, honestly. Like that's really what it was, bro. I found a passion.
Mm.
Like,
But hero, man.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna
You
piggyback
feel
on
me?
what Brandon said because the passion part, like, and I want to ask y'all this because for me, one thing that when I was getting done and I wasn't done yet. I had just went to England to play, but I was just thinking, I'm like, what I don't know what I like outside of sports. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know
Yeah,
what I don't really know if I even have to what Cam was saying. I don't know what if I have an identity outside of
yeah,
sports. Like what do I even like to do besides practice? What do I like to
yeah,
do
right.
besides play?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I don't This is my life. This has been
yeah,
a regiment, a routine. I've had, I go to school, I go to practice, I eat, I go to sleep, I go to school, and it starts back over. You know what I'm saying? For 22 years.
right.
And so it's just like I don't know what I like besides, so my thing for me was I had to figure out what do I like? And I figured out I like a lot of nature things. I like, one of my hobbies I started doing was kayaking. I was like, oh wow, I like kayaking. I started finding things outside of sports. Okay, I like, what do I like outside of sports? So that's what I would just, that was one thing for me. I just had to figure out who is Jordan, like who is JD, who am I, as a person that's not sports related, and that took a while to kind of figure out. I'm still figuring that out.
yeah.
One thing I
That's
have figured out is that I like fatherhood. I like being
Yeah.
married, like things
good.
like
For
that.
sure.
Yeah,
No, for sure.
Shayna's
Yeah,
playing.
yeah.
Shout out to
For
my
real.
wife,
My,
Shayna. I love you, girl.
Yeah.
mine was a little different.
Better
So my
say.
senior year, I did my tennis career didn't end how I wanted it to end. So I had a kind of a snake situation. So before our conference tournament, I got a job interview with Pepsi. All right. Pepsi is a major company coming out. That's where it's my senior year. I gotta go into something. I'm not about to hit the pro tour. So I'm preparing for my career. So my job interview was on Saturday. I don't go to, and I said in Dallas. I went to school in Houston. That's 4 hours away. I ain't got no car at this time period. I'm riding with my girl to get up there. All right. So we had a rule that if you miss practice, you can't play. Right. But there would be certain situations like if a senior had a job interview. Okay. So I let my coach know, hey coach, this is the job interview. Here's the section. Here's all the information about it. I'm gonna have to miss Friday's practice because I got to get to Dallas for this 9 a.m. Job interview that I'm about to take. So I don't show up to practice. Now, our grad assistant, which I'm assuming Cam was at that time period at his school, our grad assistant did not like me because it was a girl. Um, Jordan wanted her name starts with a B. I ain't gonna troll her right now. I ain't gonna give her none of that satisfaction. She did not. She did not like me at all. And I'm one of those you either love me or you hate me. It's one of them.
Yeah, yeah.
eh, And she was one of the ones that hated me. So she used everything that she could to stand in my coach's ear and say, "Hey, no, coach, he's just going up." Because I threw a lot of parties. I'm not gonna lie. I was the vibe. I made sure. Yeah, I'm the one. Yeah, 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 yeah. It was a good life back then. So I was known for creating a fun environment. So she sold the coach that I was going to be up there in Dallas partying, not going for no job interview. So I missed practice. I end up getting the job, and I come back that next Monday. Now our conference tournament is that following Friday. I get back from Dallas. I'm saying, hey coach, I got offered the position. Here you go. Here's the letter. And he says, that's cool and all, Dingle, but you're not gonna play. I said,
Mm,
what?
Yeah, great.
He said,
crazy.
yeah. He said, yeah, remember, no practice, no play. I said, coach, I'm the only one left here that got you a ring. I'm all conference right now. What you mean I can't play? How y'all expect to win? How you expect us to win if I'm not playing? It sound cocky, but I was being the truth. That was the truth. I'm like, bro, we got to win 4 points to win, and I'm bringing two of them. Where the what are we talking about here? was going to win doubles point and singles point. He said, we just going to figure it out. I said,
Figure it
oh,
out.
That's crazy.
oh,
Damn.
oh.
Boy, yeah.
So fast forward through the story. Fast forward through the story. We lose in the semifinals, and I lose my last match playing. So it left a awful tennis had an awful taste in my mouth
Yeah.
upon graduation, to the point where I didn't even touch a tennis racket for about 2 years. And I went straight into corporate America, and I just channeled all of that drive and that mishap of what happened to me into corporate America. So I started selling Pepsi. So I was slinging sodas. And then that's what
Slanging
hey
something.
boy, hey, I'm in that freezer chilling. Boy, I'm in you go to a gas station, you see all them sodas set up. I was the one selling them things in, turning the bottles, making it look good, freezing in the freezer, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, but that was
Slanging
that was
soda,
my
boy.
segue. So it went from I went from something that I loved, cared about, was my identity, kind of like what Jordan was saying, to now when I think about it, there's no way that I don't remember the feeling I had. Like even in the pictures, when I look back at my pictures of my last match, I'm crying in them things. And I'm like, dog, every time I look at it, I'm like, man, is that really how I want to remember
Yeah.
my career?
Hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, because everybody don't go out on the high. I was one of
Yeah.
those athletes that went out on the low, you know. So my career was to pick me up from what the letdown was. My business career was to pick me up to get me out of the hole that
Yeah.
my career ended for me. So
Yeah.
mine was a different transition than most people.
Nah, that's real.
Mm.
Dang.
Not real,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's
That's
real.
real.
No, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I really had that same, I kind of had that same type of feeling too, except only thing that saved me from that is, well, so earlier we talked in the same podcast of why I got the same kind of story, bro. They asked me, hey, y'all still who? I said, bro, I really don't touch a ball. I don't do it because I had that same feeling. Like for me, when cause I got hold, bro. My senior year, I got hold the whole year. So the second my junior year, I'm the second leading scorer. Me and my point guard, we 1 and 2. So we one and
Good
two.
old
So I
Ryu.
Ryu, my boy Ra. So we come back the next year, bro. Come back the next year. I'm on the bench. I said, bro, what's going on? And I'm like, what are we doing? He just put me on the bench, no reason. So that's one thing. I'm like, bro, I can't control any of this. So that whole year, and he just didn't like me. My coach at the time just didn't like me for whatever. I mean, he'd been the coach the whole time. We just didn't see eye to eye. One, because I wasn't the type of person to go kick it with them or nothing. I'm like, bro, it's a straight business transactions. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that I learned that I probably shouldn't have done. I probably should have politicked a little bit more. Fast forward to he ended up getting fired because everybody kind of seen what happened. Matter of fact, he did me so wrong. We played a tournament. I mean, we played a game. I had 21. I had 21 and 10, 21 points, 10 assists. And I started, so I went on a 3 game stretch. He started me for 3 games. So the first game, I can't remember the first 2 games, but I had double digits. Third game, I had 21 and 10, 21 point, 10 assists. I'm at the two guard, but I'm just making it happen. I got benched after that. I said, bro, are you like, well, God, what I gotta do? What do I gotta do, bro? I'm getting
Little
21
sketchy.
and 10 and come back on the bench. So
Hey,
after
bro,
that, bro, all right, knew what was up.
you remember that
So
Clay State game, bro?
who me?
Yeah, yeah,
Which oh yeah, the one in the you talking about the one in overtime?
yeah. He had put you. We me and
He
Sierra
didn't
had
play me. He
pulled
put
up to that.
me in. He put me in
That
at
boy,
the last
hey,
minute,
that
and I
boy
went
turned,
crazy.
man. He was
Yeah,
he
I
was
remember it, bro. That's what I'm telling you. So if
that
y'all know
shit
the
was
Clayton
fun.
State game, bro, I scored like 8 straight in
Yeah,
overtime because
yeah, bro.
I was fresh. Everybody had been playing the whole time. Came and bop bop bop, got to the money. But I forgot you was there, bro. That's
Yeah, he
crazy.
was
But
talking cash money shit when he and
bro,
somebody I think
bro,
he scored 8 straight. The other team called a
yeah.
timeout. He walked
Yeah.
to the bench talking cash money.
It's cash money, bro. Cause that's literally how my whole career went because of my coach, bro. So that's to Jonathan's point, like a coach can really kill your career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or kill how you think you're gonna go out. So that was one thing that started. So my senior year, the only reason I kept going is because after my senior year, like I said, I had a pretty solid college career where I was able to average double figures. uh my last 2 years, but so we played USC Aiken, which I'm from Aiken. We was in our conference tournament. I played USC Aiken, balled out on that one, but I still come off the bench. I dunked on a kid in, and so then my last career, I was just like, you know what, it is what it is. But and I had just got to a numbness, right? I got to a numbness of, you know, I can't control. This is something I can't control, even though he had got fired. But the coach that was interim was our assistant coach at the time. So I just had a point where, like, hey, I can't do nothing about this. But what really helped me was as soon as my senior year ended, I got a call to I got then people start hitting me up about playing overseas like the next day. So I was like, oh well, yeah, okay, cool, you know. But then that came with some other stuff too. I got ended up getting scammed by an agent.
Oh wow.
My yeah, all type of stuff, bro. So I was like, man, you know what? I this sport is not really giving me no peace. It's not really giving me no like it's all just grind, grind, grind.
That's
Bless you.
right.
It's all grind, grind, grind. It's like at some point I gotta graduate from this feeling. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And that's the part where I just like, man, I'm finna go kayak.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Finna
Take
go
me
kayak,
to the
man. Right. Straight to the
water.
water, man.
Good.
Not for real.
Straight to the water, man. So, but
Man,
yeah, that was. But
What
what
about
about
you,
y'all?
Ryan?
What about you, Ron?
Um, really, bro. So I had my daughter my senior year,
yeah.
my last year. So
They
then,
tried to quit on us, man. Damn.
Oh, Ron.
man, I ain't. I found out my what current well, she was my girlfriend at the time, but my wife, she was pregnant, and well, that was my first child. And truthfully, I ain't know what to do, and I ain't want to be far apart from her. So I ain't gonna lie, I was thinking about transferring to A&M. Like I was just considering it, like just to be close, because she stayed in Huntsville. So just to be close. But my guy Cam, my coach at the time, he taught me out of it. You know
Can't
what I'm
let it
saying?
happen. The guy wasn't
Yeah, for
going
sure,
for it.
Well, I
for
think you
sure.
told me about that, bro. Cam told me.
Needed
Yeah, I
him.
say it.
We needed him.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
trying to
yeah, yeah. He
leave
said he
us.
wasn't. He wasn't
Yeah,
going for that, Ron.
for
Not going
sure.
for that.
He wasn't
But
going for
yeah, I had her. But then she was born my senior year, and I went off to play independent ball at for the New Hampshire Wild in Tupper Lake, New York. And once I got out of there, once I finished the season or whatever, I came home straight to my family, of course. So only thing I know was, okay, my daughter's here, she's born, it's time to work. You know what I mean? So I didn't really have time to sit and kind of think about it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It was
it.
more so as soon as I got out, I hopped right into what I mean, working, and I ain't put it down since. And I just took that itch for sports and just applied it to the corporate world, and you know what I mean? And then, just hustling in general, working two jobs, and, doing the MSP thing as well, with softball, and, just taking that grind from sports to the corporate world into what we're doing now. You know what I mean? So to
Yeah.
answer it, I ain't really have much time to think.
Yeah.
And see,
That's it.
y'all two specifically, I don't want y'all two to skip that indie ball and overseas experience because a lot of
Hmm.
guys need to hear that. Like, it, it ain't easy. That's not
Yeah.
easy,
Yeah.
bro. Like that's a whole nother grind in itself. So I want both of y'all to speak on that. Y'all experiencing indie ball and playing overseas because that's a whole nother grind that everybody think they're. I just go play indie ball or I just go play overseas. They think they're
Yeah.
ready
Right.
for it, but like, boy,
Right.
it's where it is.
Yeah, yeah. I'll go first real quick. So me playing in Tupper Lake in the Empire League, that's pretty much where you would get guys who got drafted from Dominican League at 16 years old. And so now those guys are either at that time they were in the age between 19 and 22. So they've been in the league at least 3 years per player. And I'm talking Atlanta Braves, Blue Jays, Boston Red Sox, all the major MLB teams, but they were in their minor league system. And so, they probably recently got cut, and this is the league you come to in order to get back into those major leagues. And man, it was some of the most competitive ball I ever played, man. And just the tips you get because you're hearing this from guys who are in the minor league system or you know what I mean, played with guys in the minor leagues who are currently in the MLB. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So you know you get tips, you get even the little heads up they kind of give you from what their coaches or instructor may gave them from that organization, man, and just being around them and also just seeing how they carried themselves. You know, you go from college to now you got guys who are legit professionals for at least 3 years of their life. You know what I mean? And they
Hmm.
trying to get back in there. So it was a whole nother grind. You know what I mean? To the point where it was a guy. It was a rain delay, not a rain delay, but they canceled the game because of rain. Bro, it was literally a guy having sunflower seeds in his mouth. He'll spit them out and he'll hit them in the rain. And it's like just the little things like that. Like Buddy taking a sunflower seed, spitting it out his mouth, but still got the hand eye coordination. And you know what I'm saying? Hitting it, making
Hmm.
sure he hit a line drive. And I'm in the hotel, you know what I'm saying? Trying to rest up.
Yeah.
But it's like, nah, Buddy out here working.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
that was a whole nother, another level.
Speak a little
Yeah.
bit on the housing, on the transportation. Speak a little bit on that part too, because that's the worst part of it all.
Hmm.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So again, it was a great experience, but it was crazy, bro. So I'll give you a story where we had to drive to New Hampshire, Concord, New Hampshire. Drove all the way there 6 hours, and we had to play right off the bat.
Dang.
We had to play 2 games. None of that. Then not only that, we stayed in hotels where it was 6 or 7 of us in a 2 bedroom hotel. So you had guys on the floor, 2 guys in the bed, of course, but then you just had guys spread out. So you stepping over guys just to
God
get to the
dang, boy.
bathroom. Not like
That
it was
deal,
real.
man.
It was real, bro. And
Yeah.
You want it.
Dang. Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
was it was kind of like how bad do you want it? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Or
Right. Right.
like through all these circumstances, can you still find a way to focus to
Yeah,
get over that hump? You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
like I wanted it, you know what I mean? And I got to thinking, shit, man, I got an engineering degree, dog. You know,
yeah,
all
yeah.
you know what I
Oh
mean? Then you
yeah.
got to thinking
Hey,
like, I got
hey,
an
well,
engineering
hey, it was
degree.
nice
Yeah.
meeting y'all,
Yeah.
boy.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
Yeah.
hey,
Right.
great meeting y'all. I'm like, boy,
Y'all
only
boys be
people
safe out here, Fort
Y'all
nigga.
boy be
hey,
safe.
only folk I'm trying to share a room with is my daughter and my wife. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I ain't got
Right.
Right.
time.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Eight,
Jeezy.
7 folk got to swap out shot. Like, man, hell no.
Hey,
But again,
Yeah.
that was just my experience and what I went through. But it made me appreciate, you know what I'm saying, and be grateful that I did finish and get an education. You
yeah,
know
Hmm.
what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because if I didn't, like again, you and then around that was around COVID time too. You see
yeah,
what I'm saying? What 2021, the summer of
yeah, yeah,
A
2021.
little bit
yeah,
So
after
that was
COVID.
yeah, that was COVID. So it's like
yeah.
you still got to
It's
battle
funny.
with
Yeah,
that.
everything
You
funny.
know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And so that was a wake up call for me. And again, I appreciate the game. I thank you, but I'm gonna use my engineer and I'm out of here. You know what I'm
No,
saying? So
man, man, and that's real. And
Yeah.
y'all
That's
gotta
real.
remember too, like guys who are trying to get into that, like you're broke because you're coming
You're
straight
broke.
out of
hmm
college.
Yeah.
You're not going
Yeah.
into a
hmm
career. You're going to chase this baseball dream. I
Yep.
called this man one day, but
hell
said, "Shit,
yeah.
yeah, I ate Skittles for dinner." I said, "Yeah, Lee,
Nah,
Golly.
for
Yeah.
real. Skittles and
Yeah.
Skittles and ice cream. I ate Skittles and
Yep.
ice cream for dinner. Like every now and
yeah."
then we might, go
It
to the
was
little
ice cream.
restaurant
Hold
and
on,
get a
bro.
Boy,
I
uh
six
swear.
years old, man.
I
Hey,
That boy
swear,
look,
for
hey,
struggling,
bro, really, ain't it? Bro,
bro.
really.
Bro,
hey, bro. Hey,
that's your
cause
Hey, bro, you did what,
Hey
bro?
man,
cause I'm
shoot, you
Skittles
can
and
sitting
ice
spend
money,
that two
cream.
dollars on a double
Hey,
cheeseburger and
Where
get a
you get
man.
that
McDouble or
from,
something,
bro?
man.
huh?
Shoot.
Man,
New
I'm
package
sending
food.
money.
oh
I'm
Skittles
sending money back home for
yeah.
diapers
and
and
money.
That's right.
Go.
formula.
Facts.
Oh yeah, you
Similac,
got yep,
Yeah,
yeah.
bottles,
Fact, no
Pampers.
facts.
I'm sending that money
So
back
he like,
yeah.
home.
fuck that.
Everything
I
I
just
But
Yeah,
got
got got to
paid.
go back that way. Yeah.
it got to
yeah.
go back
Oh
that way.
yeah,
So
that
I'm either
facts.
eating noodles or
But see,
majority of
I'm
the time it
good.
was
I'm gonna
Skittles and ice
figure it
cream.
out.
You know what I'm
That's what
saying?
we were
I
talking about
swear.
Figure.
last time, man.
Yeah, it
We
was what we talking about. Yeah,
yeah,
no
yeah.
facts.
Yeah.
No facts. No, so now that's real because like I said, my story, like I said, I'm I ended up being like I didn't have a baby until late or until I was done, like
Right,
right
right.
then. But to your
Mhm.
point, like it's a grind when you're trying to get it because again, like well, they have a lot of stipulations on Americans playing overseas. Meaning if you
Mm.
go and play, they got rules that say, hey man, you're gonna get two Americans on this team. You can't have more than
Oh
two
wow.
in a lot of these leagues. So it's real cutthroat. But there's a bunch of leagues out there, but that don't mean there's a bunch of people paying a lot of money. They not paying a lot of money. So the first place I went was Spain. I didn't get paid anything else. I went for the end of the season. I went for about a couple like a month and a half or so. And so, well, we were able to. They gave us food. I didn't have to. That was one thing. They provided food and provided, a place to live, and then we just grind it from there. So then that was that. And so I told you I got scammed by an agent. So the agent was like, after that, he said, "Hey man, you playing well in Spain." I was averaging about 17 out there in Spain. So there was the guy hit me up. He was like, "Look, man, you just paying for this, and I'll reach out to you when you get, when I find a place for you." So that was the first thing. Then the Spain was like, "Hey, we're gonna bring you back, but you gotta go get a visa." So I went to try to get a visa. So in that time, I'm like, okay, the Spain, the agent gonna let me know. Agent he ain't responding to no calls. Then my visa get declined, so I didn't even get that. So I'm like, okay. So when that came, I said, dang, okay. And so what I tried to do is, like I said, we broke at the time. So at the time, I was coaching. I started coaching tennis on the side. I started coaching tennis, and I was one of my old high school coaches tried to get me to coach basketball. We gotta go. That's another story for the pod. That's another story I'll
Who?
bring about.
Harris?
Nah,
Harris.
nah, nah. Dotson. No, no, no. Harris wouldn't do me
Oh,
like that.
Dyson.
Harris
Okay,
wouldn't do
okay,
me
okay.
like that. Dotson.
Dyson. Okay,
Dotson did me
okay.
like that. All right, we'll talk about that. But
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so we'll talk, well, that's a whole nother story. So anyway, that didn't pan out because I told him, hey, I said, oh, and I went to Mexico. So to Ron point, right? So I did a stint in Mexico. So it reached out to me and said, hey, we're doing some Mexican tryouts, right? We got a Mexican tryout for you on this Mexican league here. So this was crazy. All right. All right, this is a crazy story. All right, I'm gonna just tell you no Diddy from the start. All right, and so
yeah.
so
Oh,
so what
Wow.
happened was, yeah, just from the start.
Well, had to
So
make
what
the
happened
team
was,
though, huh?
yeah, no, no,
Okay.
no, 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 no. So I knew I wasn't going. So Mexican league hit me up and said, hey, we got this week long event of games that we're gonna play. Right, we're gonna play, and so when we get, so I had to fly into Houston. So I was supposed to fly with the team or the people that was going at the time. I missed my flight to Houston. I mean, because I'm thinking I'm just gonna go international, but I was gonna go domestic and then internet, and it's gonna fly me through there. So I went to the international airport, and I was supposed to go to man. It's stupid stuff. So anyway, I had to get another flight for the next day. So I'm over here having to go into Mexico by myself. So the next day comes, I get into there, I go to Mexico, and so then I'm talking to the guy I'm talking to who are the manager of the team who's telling me, hey, yeah, there's gonna be a guy at the airport waiting for you. So I go into Mexico and I get flown into another airport, a little small airport in Mexico. I get there, and so then there's a guy waiting for me, and he's outside. He's got a moped. He said, he's got a moped for me.
No, no,
Hello,
no,
bro.
no, no,
Hello, bro. Hello, bro. And so I get there, he got a moped for me, bro. He got a moped. And so I said, bro, I can't drive no moped. So I knew a little
oh,
Spanish at the
oh
time.
no.
I said, I said, bro, I said, bro, I can't drive no moped. I never drove no moped before. So again, I'm like 23 at the time. I said, bro, I can't
You
drive no
ain't
moped.
driving.
Yeah, he said, no, just put your stuff right there. So I got my luggage, right? I got my luggage and I got my moped. He said,
That's crazy.
hey, hold on, bro. So look, so 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 he so he get on, right? And so he said, no, you get in the back. I said, all right, bro, I get in the back. So I sit on, right? And so then I get on the moped, I get on the moped, bro, and I'm like, so this is me sitting in the back. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay. I said, bro, I'm not falling off the moped, bro. I swear I'm not. So, bro, I said, I grabbed the nigga around. I grabbed him around his waist. I grabbed him around his waist like this, bro. I'm holding on to the dude like this, bro. And he said, hey, bro. And he looked at me like, bro, look back. He's like, bro.
Hey, it ain't no way.
Bro, look at,
Hey,
hey, bro,
no
he turned around so fast. He said, bro, what? He said, no. He said, no, no, no. He said,
way.
no.
No. Hey,
He showed me some handles on the back. He said, bro, you grab the handles and ride like this.
hey,
He said, he said, bro, we not locking up to go down the street. He said,
that's
we'll die
crazy.
like he told me, he said,
Oh
bro,
my god.
he said, we'll die like this out here if we ride like that. I said, bro, hey, say
Hey,
less. I'm riding like this, bro. So now we're riding to the we're riding on these
hey,
dirt roads all the way to the next stop. Something like this. I'm
boy.
just in there bumping. I said, man, look, if I die, I die. At that point, I said, if I
Oh,
die, I die, bro. So that's the grind. So we
Hey,
driving. He dropped me off at a. So then this is not it, bro. We not even at the place yet. So he drops me off. He drops me off at a bus stop. So now he said, "Hey, go to the bus stop." I got no service because I don't got no international plan right now. So I got no service. I can't even talk to the dude. I'm just vibes right now. So he said, "Bro, hey, this your stop here. They gonna take you to the spot. Somebody gonna pick you up." So now I'm like, dang. So now we going 2 hours on a bus stop.
No.
Finally get to the spot, and then we hooping. So when we get to the hoop spot, we're playing outside. I'm like, bro, nah, bro. They got like a little coliseum. It's a festival they having. We hooping outside, and then it rains. I said, okay, it rains. To Ron Point, but they do hit something. No, it rains, and we still hooping. I
yeah,
said, bro, I
yeah,
swear
yeah.
this video is still up there to this day on their little Facebook page. You gotta go back a couple years. But they playing the games, they're playing all the games in the rain. I said, nah, bro, I'm good on this, bro.
It's different.
I'm good on
That
this,
is
bro.
different, bro.
I
yeah.
played though. I
I'm
still
still mad that
played.
this boy talking about he cut this man titties like this. I can just see
I,
this
Man,
man.
that boy
Crazy.
reached around.
I
That
did.
boy reached
I
around for
grabbed
dear
him
life.
around
Hey,
like
He
this,
trying
boy.
bro.
to do this now,
Like
bro.
this.
You know you went up there like
Crazy.
that.
That's crazy,
Hey,
boy.
bro, I held him like this, bro. I just held him like this because I said, bro, I'm not finna drop off no moped in Mexico. What are we talking
Boy,
about? Hey, bro, you finna hold me till we
that's
get there. We going till we go. Ain't
hey,
no
that's
diddy, bro.
crazy, boy.
I ain't got no type of diddy in me. I said, but we gonna ride like this. He said, no, we're not gonna ride like
We
that.
not.
You got some
We ain't gonna
handlebars.
make it if we
We not
ride like
making it.
that.
Cause they don't,
He said, bro,
they don't play
we
by
got
that
the
out there, do they?
They
Hey, bro, they
don't
don't
Oh
play
play
with
about that.
that.
That's what he told, bro.
no.
Yeah,
He
they don't
told me,
Oh
play.
he
no.
told me straight up. He said,
They
bro,
will
we'll die
hang
like
you on
this if
some
we
shit
ride.
like
Yeah,
that.
we'll die like this if we ride like that, bro. You can be black as all get out. We'll die if we ride like that. I
Yeah,
said, all right, bro, you're right. You're right. You're right. We sure is
you
in
right.
Mexico.
You
And I,
right.
and I rode like this, boy. I rode like this, just bag just
Scared.
flopping around, scared as all get out. But at that point, I said, "What am I gonna do now? I'm in Mexico with
Yeah,
no cell phone." And so yeah,
yeah,
so to the grind part, it's like you said, either you want it or you don't.
Yeah, there it is.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Either
Hey,
you want it or you don't. So the first day, bro, I got there rain, bro.
that's
So then
crazy.
fast forward, yeah, that's so just the grind, and then I end up getting so that was I end up making it safe out of that. I end up playing in England. So to Ron's point, so let
Jeez.
me wrap this up. To Ron's point, I end up having the opportunity to go play basketball in England, and so in England they have a different, and this is just a plug right here. So a plug here. In England they have a different eligibility rule. So they got all the sports we got. They got basketball, tennis, football, soccer, volleyball, and they have a different eligibility rule. So what they do is because they can't pay American players that much. So what they did for me was they pay for your masters. They have a masters program. So they say, hey, we'll pay for your masters to come play for the college team here and then you can play for the pro team. So that's how they recruit for their pro team is they have a college team and usually they have a filter system in to play for the pro team. So you play for both teams. And so I was able to get my master's degree, and then I'll say, okay, well, great, I'll get my master's degree. And so I was there for a year and a half, and then after that, this was during COVID time too. So this is the start of COVID. This is 2020 when I went. I went in January 2020. COVID hit in March, and then I had to go. I stayed with my brother for about a couple months, and then I went back later on to finish it out. That 2021, I ended up graduating, and then I met my wife. So after that, I said, you know what? I got a master's degree. I'm gonna try to do. This is a grind to try to figure out, and
Yeah,
I just felt unstable. So I said, let me go ahead and go and do something in America, man. Because again, you broke. You're not really not getting paid like that. I said I could be
yeah,
broke here. I could I,
Right.
I could hoop at the
I
rec
can be broke here.
and be broke. Yeah, I'm not. What we doing? And so yeah, then we ended up getting pregnant. So yeah, we ended up getting pregnant. So life really started hitting. Got
Yeah.
married. Yeah. So that grind is something different. And they don't, you can grind it, but unless you a top player and that you just got it like this, it's just
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
be
yeah.
grinding to get opportunities.
Nah,
So
yeah, nah. We for sure appreciate that. That's why I wanted y'all to talk
yeah,
a little bit about that because people don't really understand. Like, bro, it's a lot that go on. You're not just getting invited to go overseas. Like, even if you got invited to go overseas and you
yeah,
still had to go through all kind of crazy stuff to go over there.
Mm-hmm.
Run, you got invited for a tryout and you still had to go through all that. Like,
yeah,
even
Mm-hmm.
if you get invited up there, you still have to grind it out. Like, bro, these are some of the best guys who didn't make it, who
Right.
were
right.
like legit. These are legit guys who didn't make
Hmm.
it. Like, and that's what I always tell these kids. Like, don't necessarily pay attention to the guys who got drafted. Pay attention to the guys who didn't get drafted. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they are look at their stats. And you
Yeah,
compare yourself to them. Like, look at their stats. You don't compare to their stats, and they didn't get drafted. So you don't have a chance. Like, I ain't tell the kids that, but like
yeah. You
on
you
real,
just
like,
giving them perspective.
yeah, like you gotta look, you gotta pay attention to these type of things. Like, get ready to get in this career field, man. But
Yeah.
but before we get out of here, man, I know it's getting late, but before we get out of here, we do got to talk about this Ti verse 50 because there's been a lot going on with that. So we do got to hit on that, and I don't know no better person to talk about this, to lead this than Ron. And
Then
he
run,
got to be the person to lead this one, man.
run.
Hey man, hey
Flight
man,
of the
this is
Bumblebee, Dangle. Flight of the
Yeah.
Bumblebee, man.
Where's that flight? Got my beat down low.
I
hey
love it.
man,
I
Hey,
love
Hey,
it.
hey
I
that
man.
my
you can
guy,
have
man.
whatever you like.
You
I'm
get
telling you, hey, stacks on deck. I ain't
I'm
gonna do it.
dead.
I ain't
Yeah.
gonna do it. You know what I mean? But yeah, quick overview, man. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much he went on Wallow them show. You know what I'm saying? And kind of spoke about it and just him and 50 Cent. You know what I mean? Spoke about doing a verses before, and he said he was gonna hop out there first, which he did, and and bring light to it. And when he did, 50 Cent kind of played him like he didn't know what he was talking about. You know what I mean? Or was like, he
Hmm.
just making up stuff or whatever. And so, T.I. felt some type of way. And at first it started out with a rap battle, or not even a rap battle, but just, you know, um, 50 Cent came out saying that he was a rat for doing Crime Stoppers when they were pretty much saying that, hey, either do Crime Stoppers or go to jail. And so he
yeah.
did a Crime Stoppers at that time.
Crop stoppers it is. Yeah.
Yeah, Crime
Crime
Stoppers it is.
Stoppers.
And so 50 Cent called him a rat or whatever. And then, T.I. came out with his or whatever on social media
My
saying that he
God.
was a rat because his name in paperwork and stuff like that.
Right.
And I think for me, where it kind of went left, 50 Cent, after the Wallow and Gilly interview, $1 million worth of game, 50 Cent pretty much posted T.I. wife.
Yeah.
Um, if you don't know, she does have a BBL, and
Well.
you know,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
in a way, you know what I mean. But I
Yeah.
ain't trying to dip into it. But
Bro.
you
Yeah.
know,
No, right.
yeah,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
he
Yeah.
he he
For sure.
he talked bad about her or whatever. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And that's when Ti kind of
Went
my my
in.
my guy
Well,
kind of
King
went in
King
and what.
first though.
Yeah,
King,
Yeah.
King, because he King taking up for his mama, which I
for sure.
completely
Yeah,
understand
Right.
and respect
yeah,
that.
Right.
You know what I mean? In
100%. Yeah,
general, um, King took up for his mama, and then just in general, you talk about my wife, and then my son getting involved. I got to come at you. You know what I'm saying? And Ti came with two. It was two songs. You know what I'm saying? And both on rolling. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Both
yeah.
on
No, for sure.
rolling, and
Yeah,
he doing his thing. Just to give my little spiel on it, man. I just think how do we go from us doing verses or having a disagreement about verses to now you mentioning my family? You know what I'm
right.
Hmm.
saying?
And see
Especially
that
my wife. You know.
that's what I wanted to ask you. Like, is it real beef with them, or is it just
No,
the versus beef?
I think it only became real once you mentioned my wife, and then in
Okay,
Ti
so
own
okay,
words, he felt as though like you playing. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I
yeah,
spoke
yeah,
with you
for
man
sure.
to man about
Yeah,
this,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and then now when I step out there, you know what I mean, to bring
yeah,
light to it to get it done, just cherishing our work, our music, and two black people,
yeah.
coming together, putting together a great show.
Right.
You playing, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got
Hmm.
time for games, but not
Nah,
only
that's real.
that, don't play with my family. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
My wife, and see, I think that's lame because like, unless I'm missing something, but Tiny ain't have nothing to do with it.
no,
Like you
nothing to
just
do with it.
mentioned her off of
Hmm.
just cut just to be disrespectful, and that's lame to me. Cause
Right.
like even like old school rules is no women, no kids. Like we go back and forth, we shoot at each other, we whatever, however far you want to take it, but there's no women, no kids. So the fact that you just like off the first off the first thing Tip said, you bring his wife straight into it. Like
yeah,
I would even felt straight with you bringing King into it, saying he looked funny looking and all that.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool, but like
Funny
to
looking.
bring the wife straight into it
Posting
is
her, yeah,
wow. And
crazy.
posting,
Yeah.
yeah, posting it
But
like yeah,
he
that's
just
wild.
extra petty though. Fifty
I
Cent
He
mean,
is
extra
nah,
petty.
he is he is. So you kind of got to know that about him. But like I heard he deleted it, but
I think
Tip,
that's how
bro,
you know 50 Cent knew he can't mess with Tip. Because if that's the only thing I can, you know what I'm saying? Think about it.
true,
Right.
true,
50 Cent's a troll. He's
Right,
a troll. And the only thing I can use on Tip is that his wife ugly and built bad.
right.
That ain't, you know
whoa,
what I'm
whoa, whoa,
saying?
whoa, whoa. We didn't say that, Jonathan.
I
God
ain't say that. I ain't
Ugly
say
and
that.
built
he
terrible, ain't
added
it?
his own.
Jeez Louise.
Hey, T, I love you.
He
I
did
love
all
you. You
that.
know what I'm saying? Don't be coming at
That
me. I'm just
boy
saying.
King
Yeah, that's real though. That's
pushing
real.
And
Yeah,
King looked
all
just
of
King.
like
it.
his mama, too. I said,
Said King,
Why?
just
Yeah,
like your
all
You
mama.
ain't
you would have had to
lying.
look
say
just
You
is
like his
ain't
mama.
lying.
do the
You know what
verse.
I'm
Just
saying?
like
What?
So, but that wasn't, if that's where you had to swing first, that's how you know it's a losing battle.
nah, that's
Yeah,
real. That's
But
real.
somebody that
Yeah.
say you a gangster to somebody that was a former gangster and know the rules of the game, if you go straight to the wife and the kids, it's because you know you already lost.
yeah.
That's why he hadn't responded to two of those songs. I don't think he gonna respond at all. I hope
Probably
so. 'Cause
so.
it's about the good. It's another time for some rap beef. I'm cool with that. You know, we need
He
another
he
rap
he
off.
not
He
gonna.
ain't gonna
He'll
respond
respond.
musically.
Right. He ain't gonna respond
Yeah.
to rap. Yeah.
The boy
Yeah,
can't
he
rap
just
no
gonna
more.
keep posting memes.
And keep
Yeah.
posting memes. See, and that's
Yeah.
cat to me. That's
Yeah.
cat.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
boy
Yeah.
can't rap. That
Nah,
boy can't rap.
I agree.
Hey, so okay, so I'm gonna switch the topic a little bit too because we got Jay on here. So I'm gonna ask it, because we talk sports,
Uh huh.
entertainment, fatherhood. We ain't got to the fatherhood part of it. So before we go, so hey, I want to ask everybody what Jonathan, I asked you since your first time on here. So and you're a father of three. So what's one thing fatherhood taught you? And what's one thing you would tell somebody before they become a father?
Okay.
Put
So
that boy
y'all
on the
hear me on.
spot.
Yeah,
Hey,
put them on
well,
there.
all right. So y'all hear me on this.
No, for sure.
The first thing fatherhood taught me is that life ain't about me.
Mm.
Um, when I had Kirsten, so I have a daughter and two sons. When I
Ages,
had
please.
Kirsten, I
Yeah.
was
Can you give ages?
reckless.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
ages.
So my daughter is 9. My daughter's 9. She's about to turn
She's
10.
9
Yeah,
already.
Yeah.
she's 9 now. My junior year, he's 5, and then my wife just popped out one that's 11 months. It'll be one on the 6th.
Oh, your
Um,
same birthday, Cam, man. Oh, no, Cam, you the fourth. What's your birthday? No, you
Fifth,
April, ain't you? Fifth? Oh, fifth. No, you
March,
ain't April.
March
You the
5th.
fifth.
March
March fifth.
5th.
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So he's
That's
his
what it
day,
was.
his birthday day after yours. Um,
Wait, when Jake's birthday is
The
this
fourth.
the
the
4th.
4th.
Yeah, it's
Damn, that's
Fourth.
Jace,
crazy.
Yeah.
then you, then Jackson.
Yep.
That's
So
crazy.
we
Yep.
back to back to back to
Yeah,
back.
for sure.
Yep.
Um, my daughter taught me what love felt like
Mm.
because I didn't know what that was.
Mm,
She opened up my heart. I wasn't as respecting of women. I wasn't as respecting
mm,
of my girlfriend at the time, but she's my wife now. So my daughter put me in perspective of now I have to be the example that I want my daughter to love. I have
mm.
to be the man that I want my daughter to look for as a husband through my actions and not just through my words. So my daughter taught me that on the spot immediately. I didn't even understand what love felt like. That's what I mean by that. Now my son, I was I like to say it like this. God gave me a daughter first because I earned that daughter. I was in the streets. You know what I'm saying?
In the
And
streets.
it was bad. It was
Yeah,
Was in the
bad. And
street,
my
boy.
wife pulled me off my wife pulled me out the streets.
no, for
Well,
sure. Yeah,
she
yeah.
yeah, she put me out the streets and she made me want to get out the streets. You know what I'm saying? But I had all that stuff I had done while I was in the streets earned me a girl. And looking at my daughter, I didn't want her to deal with a guy like how I was.
Right.
So I had to really take a moment to look in the mirror and say, hey, is it time to make a change? Now, because I changed as a man, I believe that that's why God blessed me with my son because I made those necessary adjustments. With him, now it's not only my daughter had to see what a man looked like. My son, now that I am a man that my son can look at, he needs to hear and follow. So now I can't just say, hey, dad, you'll be there in a second, because my son's the biggest one on holding accountability. All right, dad, you said be here in 5 minutes. It ain't 5 minutes yet. I thought you said be a man of your word.
Mm.
Mm.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So the
Yeah, it's crazy.
responsibility hit different now with a son because now and he's my heir, like he's my junior. So now I have to see it as okay, not only do I have to walk a certain walk, but I have to talk a certain way. And those walk and talk have to line up at all times or I lose credibility with you. And I'm not the man that I say I want you to become. So so fatherhood has taught me first, life ain't about me. Everything that I do moving forward affects my wife, affects my children, and affects the generations coming behind them. Um, and what was the second question?
And
You
what
said,
would you tell?
what
What
would
would
I
you
tell somebody
tell
that's just about to now
that's
have
about to be
kids?
a dad? Yep.
Look at yourself in the mirror and do a self autopsy before that baby comes out. What are you good at? What are you not good at? And decide what you want to be known for. And now that you've made that decision, it's time to go get it. I want it when what I mean by decide what you want you to be known for is what you want your daughter to say. When somebody asks your daughter, how is your dad? What you want her to say? When somebody asks your son, what's your dad like? What do you want them to say? When somebody's talking to your kids and they're rehashing what their life is like growing up, what do you actually want
That's
that
big.
story to be? Do you want
Mhm.
somebody to be like, I had to get it out the mud, or you want somebody, or you want your kid to be able to say, man, my dad put it all on the line, and I ain't have to worry about nothing.
Yeah.
Anything he asked me for, I was there. When I needed him, I was there. When I was at my games and I looked to the side, he was there cheering me on. I had to decide that first because without a picture, you can't see clear. Without a destination, we just wandering. So as a new parent, first decide what your identity is gonna be. Second, do an autopsy first. Second, make the decision on what you want to be known for. And third, leverage God the whole time. I'm not the same person I was when I was 23 years old, and I'm thankful. I'm not the same person that I was when my daughter was first born at 24, and I'm thankful. But the only way that I was able to navigate through the unknown as a parent was God, hands down. I didn't deserve my kids. I didn't deserve my wife. I didn't deserve the positions that I was in. I didn't deserve any of it because the character that I had was flawed. But God gave me favor. He gave me an opportunity another day to make the decision to be the best version of myself. And he gave me the responsibility of a wife and three kids that it's my responsibility to be the change for. That's why I said earlier in the podcast, we get mad at these kids for not producing when really it's on the parents.
Yeah.
Your kid, you not having the money to provide the lifestyle that you want for your kids is your problem. It's not the kids' problem. And as adults, if you are married to a position that's not paying you what you worth, it's your job to figure it out and find something better or add the skills to make it better. And I'll put that into fatherhood. I had trouble listening. Every time I would get somebody would send me some information about, hey, you should do this with your kid. Hey, you should do that with your kid. I shunned it off because I saw this as you telling me I'm not a good dad and you ain't even with my family. My kid's good. I took it hit the pride. We got to take the pride out because sometimes that's God sending you a message of something that you hadn't seen. There's a thing called taught lessons and bought lessons. A bought lesson is something that, well, a taught lesson is something that you get from wisdom. Somebody been through the situation before, they're trying to tell you ahead of time so that way you don't have to fall in that hole. A bought lesson is one of those things that we was hard headed and had to learn the hard way. And it was those situations because I was immature and I was too cocky that I didn't take it for what it was. I made mistakes that I'm still having to heal from as far as a leadership perspective. You know what I'm saying? There's stuff that I could have said better looking backwards, but there's stuff that my daughter will never not remember hearing. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things. So as men, it's our responsibility to think before we speak, to decide what our family and generational left gonna get look like, and to make the necessary sacrifices to make it happen and get it done regardless. It's gonna be hard, it's gonna be tough, it's gonna suck, but it's also gonna be the best feeling when you come home after a long day's work and you hear daddy and they see that and that feeling that we get when we first come home, you feel like you're on top of the world when you get to kiss your wife and look over there and she sees you as that big dog, that provider, that one that's taking care of the household, making sure that we all good, it's worth it. So as a new father, I need you to decide what your life gonna be like and make it happen. Do what you say you're gonna do for your son and your daughters because at the end of the day, they're going to tell your story. Their lifestyle while you're coming up is all they're going to remember. And once they become adults, that's all they're going to have to talk about. And you can either be talked about good, like I talk about my daddy, because he was there every day. I talk good about him. Or you can be one of those parents that people want to live, that don't want to be anything, that don't want to associate with at all. You on a song, I had to get it out the mud. Mama ain't feed me. You know what I'm saying? I was
Eating
sleeping next to the roaches.
roaches.
You know what I'm saying? I want you thinking
Yep.
about that though. That's somebody's mom. That's somebody's real story that they done
Yeah.
told the whole world about how their mama and daddy ain't shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
You know
Basically.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if I'm telling somebody young or even somebody old, you have the pen to your family story. There's always going to be a next chapter. There's always going to be a next page. But write and make this picture the best and use this pen to make the best story possible through the ups and through the downs. It's going to make it worth it. But it all going to start with you.
Yeah. No, that's real. Yeah. Dang.
First, clip that. Second,
Yeah. Yeah. Clip that. Yeah.
yeah, he went crazy.
Yeah.
You went crazy,
Yeah.
Johnny.
Yeah. No, yeah. Facts.
Second, um, I hate that you did that because now we can't answer after you.
Yeah, we can't even go after you no more.
What?
Yeah, we can't go after that. It's
What we
over with.
supposed to say, bro?
It's over with for that one.
It's over
Uh,
with for that one.
All right, it's
it's
Rashad
over.
McCants. Get out the mud.
So, so I'm gonna ask you a different question that when you was talking, I want to
That
know
was great.
because I heard you say that your daughter helped you with love and with like pretty much approaching fatherhood. How did your wife help you in as far as getting into marriage and pretty much how did your wife change you?
My wife is the best thing that ever happened to me, hands down.
Same,
She has
Yeah,
given me
I think we
grace.
all, yeah.
I agree. Yeah, we agree
Hey,
on
Yeah,
that.
we all, yeah.
For
uh,
each other. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
hey, when I say my wife, her forgiveness and her grace showing me what a woman of God is. How she helped me with our kids was she held me accountable to what the family needed, but she gave me enough grace to mess up in the process.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I never, if it was not for her giving me that grace, I know for a fact I would have went down a bad road because I was pompous. I was good at everything. I looked good. I could do what I want to as far as I could pull what in life was very
Yeah.
I was favored. I was blessed. So it made my head big. And she helped humble me, but she also never killed the king. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, the women that live in today's age, they want to be king rather than being a queen. And my wife, she lets allows. I'm the head of the household, and she allows me to truly be the head of the household. But she's my neck, and there's certain ways where I will try to turn, and I can't turn. She's like, no, 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 we can't do that. And I respected it because I don't want to be paralyzed. So how my wife helped me was, one, she helped me understand her role. She helped me understand what she needs. But when it comes to our kids, me and her committed to each other that, one, there's no such thing as divorce. Two, that no matter that there's no off days. Even if on the day that I don't have it, baby, don't worry, I got you. We can, if there's we can never as a household never not have 100%. And that 100% could be one day I'm giving 90, she giving 10. One day she giving 100, I'm giving zero because I may not have it that day. But our kids deserve 100% every single day. And on those days that I didn't have it, because I got sick and I was down for over a year because I had seizures. She had found me on the side of the bed. When I say she saved my life, I'm not playing. She saved my life, like literally. And then Jordan there was one time when we was in Atlanta. I'm driving down and I have a seizure on the road. You know what I'm saying? She saved my life. So I love her for that. And through that situation, that's when we decided, hey, it don't matter if you paralyzed, it don't matter if you can't work, it don't matter what the situation is. That's not JJ's responsibility to be daddy. We're
Right.
his parents.
Right.
Our kids deserve 100% every single time, no matter what that looks like. And we have to be okay with winning ugly. We are athletes. There's been some times
Yeah.
where, shoot, you had an awful game, but
We
hey, we
won
got
though.
the
Yeah.
dub though.
Yeah.
Hey,
No,
Yeah.
for
we
sure.
got the
For sure.
dub.
That's for
So in
sure.
our
Hmm.
relationships,
That's real. I
me and
like
my
that.
wife, we
Say,
committed to, you know
hold on. Say that one more time. I like that one. I like that one. The winning ugly one. Say that
what I'm
again. I'm
saying?
sorry.
Hmm.
Sometimes in life and in marriages, you have to win ugly. You're not gonna have the money sometimes. You're not gonna be in the mood. Your body may be hurting. But together we're a team. You and your wife are a team. And this team, in order for this team, our last name, for us to win, some days I'm gonna have to do more than you do. But that doesn't mean that you're worth less. I have your back. You know what I'm saying? The same thing if we get beat on coverage. You know what I'm saying? You may drop the ball, but your teammate was able to pick it up, throw it,
Yeah.
and save the play. You know,
Mm-hmm.
hey babe, I apologize that I wasn't able to give 100% in this time period, but I appreciate you for saving the play. And there's gonna be times where your wife's gonna need that same thing. So as men, as leaders, as our home, as our family, we gotta be okay with winning ugly. Because it's those nights that are ugly that make life beautiful.
Real
Yeah,
deal.
Dang, yeah,
yeah.
God dang, boy.
That boy going crazy, ain't
Hey,
it?
yeah.
Crazy,
Appreciate
crazy.
Flip
these,
that.
boy. Clips gonna be crazy, boy. Yes,
That's
Real
real life.
talk.
sir. Wow. Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, that's dope.
I,
Yeah,
I
nah,
do
that's
I
deep,
do
bro.
got I do got one question for Ron though. Cause well, I guess Ron, cause you're the only one who had two married parents in the household, right?
Mm.
So what from them, what from seeing them made you like, yeah, I want to do this marriage thing.
Um, I would definitely say the love and the support. You know what I'm saying? And then like
Go
actually
further, go further, go
seeing.
further, further
So, and
detail
I
on
could
that.
kind of piggyback off what Jonathan was saying, just seeing that some days it's gonna be 90 and then other, you know what I mean? One person may give 90, other person may give 10 and
Yeah,
vice versa. But actually seeing that and seeing what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Like dad out here hustling, dad gotta get it. And mom, you know what I'm saying, holding it down on the back end. And then you also see sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Dad may be chilling or whatever, but mom, at the games and mom taking that drive to certain places and it's like, man, she dog tired. You know what I
yeah,
mean? She
yeah,
fresh off work, came and picked me up from school and we went from the school straight to the field and you're not thinking about that as a kid, but you see like, golly, she tired and she making it happen. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with dad. Dad making it happening too. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
On the
for
other
me, it
side,
was just,
on the work
Hmm.
side, though. Yeah,
yeah, you know what I mean? So you're seeing that balance of both. And then, like I told y'all before, just seeing majority of my family from my grandma, granddad, my auntie, my uncle, all of them were married, you know what I'm saying, as well too. So it's kind of like you're walking into that. And again, a village raised a child. So now when you go hang with your uncle and aunt, you see how they act. When you go hang with your grandma, granddad, you see how they act, or you spend the night and then you go hang, you with your mom and dad every day. You know what I mean? And so you're just seeing the different types of love, and pretty much you're just picking things out of it. Like, man, I can do this. This is possible. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I mean? Just playing around forever. You know what I'm saying? That get old. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
Hmm.
yeah,
Especially when you're on that grind and you got them kids. And again, like Jonathan was saying, you want to be that role model for them. Because I got two daughters, so you want, not even kind of, you want to be that man that when they go choose one day or they pick you know what I mean? Because that decision is going to come about. You want somebody that reflects you, a hard worker, somebody who's respectful, mannerable. You know what I mean? And will always be there for her no matter what.
Yeah.
no, for sure. And
Hmm.
see, and that's what made me think of these questions because of what Jonathan was saying. Like, I was thinking, like, dang, I wonder how that looks from different perspectives of growing up. Like, cause
Hmm.
you was talking about how JJ need to see this, this, and this, and I just instantly thought of Ron. Like that was literally Ron when he was younger. Like
Right.
he was
Hmm.
seeing this, this, and this, and then and then I thought of me and Brandon as well, and I want Brandon to answer this. Like coming from a single mom of six, it was six of us, and she was single. Like, how does that help you with rage? Like, cause I know you take a lot of the burden from rage, cause you seen
Yeah,
mom.
for sure.
For all of y'all that don't know, me and Brandon are brothers, but you seen mom struggle. So
Right.
you like, there's no way my wife is gonna do this. There's no
Exactly.
way the mother of my kids is gonna do this. So talk a little bit
Yeah,
about that.
really just like kind of what all y'all said, like being the man of the house, being the provider, you definitely want to be that. Like, and to further your point with Cam, like seeing our mom struggle and do pretty much everything for six children. You feel me? So working all day, can't come to some games because she working. So you definitely want to take that burden and make it. make your wife more comfortable to where she don't gotta do all that. You can if you want to, but you don't have to, you know. So that was always big for me. Like I'm trying to get to where you don't gotta do all that. If you wanna just, sit down and be a true stay at home mom, that's fine. Like so that was big because yeah, we used to see
But
mom
speak a little more detail as far as like the things that you try to do to take away those responsibilities from,
really
or just at least try to help more with the kids, help
definitely
more
with
around
the
the
kid.
house. You know what I
Definitely
mean?
with the kids. Definitely with it could be as simple as dishes and taking out the trash, doing the kids like okay, go have your time with the kids right now. I got them. You've been with them all day. Let me go. Let me go take them somewhere so you can get a little space because it could get a little crazy. You got two little ones running around like you need a little. She need a little time for herself. So I go go do your thing, and I got them. That's big. Go hang out with your family, go a little bit, still get to that side. So really just stuff like that for real, for real.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then and it's crazy because all these questions ran through my mind when I was listening to you,
Now
Jonathan.
that's a different though.
'Cause and so now I want to ask JD, like you having three boys, because I know Jonathan was talking about how when he had Kirsten, he
Hmm.
like you know what I'm saying that changes,
Yeah.
and all of us have girls except you, JD.
Yeah.
So like how was that having like that whole I got to be tough, I got to be rough with my boys, but
Yeah.
also like I'm still in love with these boys. Like they, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Like these are my
Yeah.
like how was that
I
being
think
different? You know?
I think I think Jonathan hit the nail on the head when it comes to say doing what you say you're gonna do for him, because my oldest son, Jace, he is very smart, but he has a memory that I'm just like, bro, how do you remember that? And then what I also, have to learn is, one thing, and Shanae told me this the other day, right? Because I told her, I said, I said, hey, I can probably count on, one hand how many times my dad like beat me or hit or like what I'm saying or how my dad
Mm,
spanked me or anything. It was like it was only one time I remember, right? As far as like physically, And so she said to me because to your point, it's like okay, I'm trying to figure out how am I going to parent him. Am I going to give him a spanking or and she said, right now it's not too late for that to be his conversation and for what he says, for his say, yeah, I can't remember my dad spanking me, because I don't plan on not being in his life. So I'm like, okay. And what my sons also, realizes he's kind of like me. He looks like me. So I try to say, okay, well, how can I reach him like or how can I talk to him like I would want to be talked to, like if I'm him, as a kid. And so I try to, go about that approach. And what I learned is I'm like, wow, okay, that works, And for me, to the point where I mentioned earlier, like he remembers all these things. Like he'll say a conversation to me that I said to him. I'll give you an example. He said, he was like, no, he was like, no, he's like, go to your room this instant, right now. I don't want you to talk back to me. Go right now. And I'm just like, ugh. When he says it out loud to me, I mean, you're not saying it's not like, but just like when he, and this is just an example, but it's like when he repeats something back that I said to him, I'm like, I gotta watch what I say to him
yeah, yeah,
because I don't, one of the things is, I don't want him to be abusive. If I spank him, I don't want him to go spank other kids. I don't want him to go hit not spank him, but I don't want him to go hit. Be that guy. So it's just like for me, I'm trying to figure out something that I got no clue of.
yeah, yeah.
But besides,
Fatherhood.
fatherhood, right? So it's like for me, I'm just, I'm trying to do my best at doing just what I say. Like, so I'm like, okay, today, I'm like, okay, I told him yesterday that we were gonna do some boxing because he likes to fight. So to the rough part, he always like he come in, he'll jab me and he'll hit me. So like, okay, well that punch was a little loose. Let's work on how we gonna throw these punches. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, okay, we're gonna do boxing. Let's do boxing. And so then whether it's boxing or tennis or whatever the case may be, I just make sure if I told him something, I'm going to follow through with what I said to him. So we know, and then you know the love is there because the love I give him a hug all the time. I tell him I tuck him in, I give him a bath every night. Hey, I love you, son. I love you. And I talk to him, I tell him, hey, I love you, and he told me today is like just, something he said, man, he said, Dad, he said, I love you, Daddy, and I love Jaden, and I love Drew, I love you, Mommy. And I was just like, damn, that's
Yeah,
just really
yeah,
kind of what that, what I'm saying? That's like
yeah,
that'd be it right there. It's like,
yeah. I
man,
get you.
that get you, and it's just like, man, I just hope I can stay this way. I just want to
Yeah,
stay, I just want to show up today. Like today, I just gotta show up, do your job right now. Like right now, if I said something, okay, just do it, just do that. If we're saying, I gotta figure out how can I be a positive. What does he see? To your point, what does he see? And then how can I just do what I say I'm going to do, be the person I say I'm going to be for me, and show him that I'm going to treat his mom right, I'm going to treat his brothers right, because with us having three boys, these other boys need love. And so now they all are different at the same time. Jaden is completely different than Jace. And
right.
now we got Drew here. So Drew is a 3 month, he 3 months old yesterday. So it's just like now I'm trying to navigate showing Jaden love, equal love, or different love but equal, so he doesn't feel like I don't love him, and while trying to navigate, you know, manly love that isn't, hey, because let's for example, my son said, or Jace was like, Jace was asking me, he said, hey, you pretend, he said, I'm going to pretend they was watching a show with a boy and his mom, and he was like, he said, I'm gonna be Jesse, whatever, which is the boy. And he said, you pretend to be his mom. I'm not doing that. I'm just not doing it, bro. I'm not gonna do it. So I
Yeah.
said no. I said, why I got, but I end up doing it though. But I just talk. I'm not gonna be his mom. Come on, so I end up doing it, but I'm like in another way. In a minute, I'm still gonna play with him, but in a
Right,
different
right.
way. So I have to kind of navigate that, because at the same time, it's like where you're 2 years old, you don't know why
He's
I don't want to be
innocent.
the mom.
Yeah,
You get what I'm
innocent
saying?
mom. Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
you can know that I'ma still show you, like, nah, I'm still we're a man, I'm just gonna show flashes of it, and then when you get cognitive, you can understand. We'll
Mhm.
talk about it later, stuff like that later. Like we'll try to tell him, like, if he wants to watch a girl show, we'll try to mask it, like, hey, they're not making good choices or something, like things like that, where it's like we're trying to mask, or we're trying to show masculinity along with, love. But it's just a role we trying to just figure out, man. But as long as he tells, as long as he's happy to see me when he walks in, and I'm able to, like I said, this weekend he having a birthday party that's gonna be, hey, I'll invite to the birthday party if y'all want to
No,
pull up. But he
Yeah.
invited to the, we having a birthday party, and things like that. It's just like just showing up for
so
everybody, all three of them
what
in their own
what
ways.
are some so say we do have guys watching that have our boys. What are some tips to show that love but keep it in a masculine way to make sure your sons are, you know, growing
Play
up
fight.
as they're supposed to be?
Play fight with him. Play fight with him. He loved that. I mean, they love it. Just be rough with them. Be rough, and let them be rough around you or do rough things, but safely. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna jump off that, bro, let's jump off. Like, let's be safe. Let's be safe when you do stupid stuff. Because he just active. I mean, that's the biggest thing right now. They're just active. Like they're like the masculine part of their brain just tell them to just do anything,
Yeah,
just do
just do
stuff.
stuff.
You
Yeah,
just do stuff. Like you
sure.
just doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you really don't know what you just active. So that's the part where it's just like, if I were to tell somebody to say, let them grow. And then, like I said, Brandon and Jonathan, y'all can attest to this too. It's just like, they gonna be rough, they gonna be dumb, they gonna be active, they gonna be playful. They gonna try you,
They're gonna
and
be
so that's the other thing.
clumsy.
They be
They could be
trying y'all.
clumsy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
no,
yeah,
Jace
for
tries
sure.
me quite often.
Oh,
Oh yeah, all the
we
time,
quite often.
Yeah,
all the
quite
time.
often. No, absolutely.
That's crazy.
He tries me a lot of times, and so,
That's
but
crazy.
to that point, when he tries me, like I said, I have to. A lot of times, it's like you just have to be assertive with them. You're like,
Mm,
hey, because that's love too. It's like, no, hey, no, we're doing it. And then also, what I learned is, um, when we like to stop the trying, right? So we say try, but for me, that's trying because I fail to assert rules before I do something.
right,
So
right,
meaning if I'm saying, hey, if I'm like, hey, turn the TV off, right? He might, I don't want to turn the TV off, I want to watch TV. And so now what I learned was I'm like, okay, hey Jace, look, Jayden, I said you got TV time until Jayden gets out the bathtub. When Jayden gets out the bathtub, you're gonna go in the bathtub, and then it's gonna be Jayden's turn to watch TV, and then we're gonna go to bed. And now I've set the rules of
hmm
what's gonna happen. So now when it's Jayden comes out the tub, I've said, all right, Jace, let's get in the tub. And now if Jace tells me no, I just take him into the tub. You get what I'm saying?
hmm
Instead of having like thinking that's trying to like, no, I've already laid what the rules are. And if, oh, I forgot part, you're gonna say, okay, so once we've established that this is what we're doing, now I just take you into the tub. You know what I'm saying? Things like that, where it's just like, I'm now trying to grow and learn that, hey, the kid is a kid, he not gonna understand, but we've already got to that point of saying,
Yeah,
hey, we're gonna do this way. And if not, well, there is no if not, But the next thing is I give them a choice too. I say, hey, either you're gonna take a tub, you're gonna get in the shower and you can watch TV after, or you can get in the shower and there'll be no TV. Which option do you want?
Either way you getting in, right?
Either way, you're getting in the tub. And so he'll think
yeah.
Yeah.
about it. He say, get in the shower and watch TV. Okay, option A. All right, well, let's go. You get what I'm
What
saying?
I
Things like
thought.
that. Or that's
Figured
what
you'd pick
right.
that one.
Yeah.
Right. Right. But now he's thinking about it though. He's thinking, and now we have then now not had to have a I'm masculine. I want you, because I had that a lot earlier. I still like this is it's a thing that is gonna probably still grow because he's gonna show me some, he's gonna keep growing and try more stuff that I gotta figure out. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
that's
Hey,
where we at now with it.
I be having to use reverse psychology on my son, bro.
Yeah,
That's little me for real. He don't like getting yelled at. So it's like when you yell at him, he shut down or he like double down on what he trying to do.
yeah,
So my oldest is 5, JJ. Boy, it's a blend between masculine love and teaching him how to regulate his emotions. Cause one thing that the world does not need is more emotional men. Um,
Mhm.
just being completely honest with you.
Black
So
men at that.
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Jordan is a little different than me. He likes to talk through it. I just hit the little nigga sometimes. I just
You know.
hey, come on. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Cause
yeah,
but it's out of
yeah,
love
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
sometimes if you're not listening, life gonna hit you. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So I'd rather be
yeah,
the one to bust you upside the head than
yeah.
somebody else doing it. But this will be an example of what I mean by that. So we're wrestling. Okay. All right. There's a certain line. Like we don't. Hey, you can punch me in the chest. You can punch me in the arms. But I'm not gonna punch you in the face. You're not gonna punch me in the face. That's not what we doing. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to teach you how to be a man. I have to teach you to protect yourself and how to protect your family moving forward. Because I'm not always gonna be there,
Right.
and it's gonna be and it's not anybody else's job to protect your family but you. So while we play fight, and he's old enough now where hey, them thing I can feel them things a little bit. I
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And last thing I need, and I'm always I'm one of those I got to establish dominance. So my son the same way. So he'll be like, I'm gonna beat you one day, and I said, yeah, you may get me one day, but it ain't gonna be today. So we can't lose. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, if you
yeah.
got boys, you can't lose because once you
Can't
lose
lose.
once, it's over.
It's all, okay, okay, okay.
Trash talk, everything. So when we get the body slamming, he be like, I'm gonna get you. Nope.
Yeah.
Because you got it. Because with boys, you gotta. There, we respect command. We
Yeah,
all one thing we'll naturally do is we'll respect the chain of command.
for
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? And if we know who the head is, the head got to be the head. You know what I'm saying? But there's always a challenge. Think about it. Black Panther. Think about how there's always going to be a challenge for the throne, and I know my son knows eventually this throne gonna be his, but I'm the king right now. So hey, come here. Oh shoot, you right.
Bought them.
My bad, my bad, my bad. Got to get
Yep.
hey that
Yeah,
we got
bro.
that scoop in the back. Got to cup that scoop every now and then. Hit the little-
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's the opposite with my daughter. I don't. I've never. I think I've spanked Kirsten maybe one time in her life. I don't have to yell at. I don't have to. I don't have to hit her. All I gotta do is raise my voice, and she just.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I'm also not. I'm also gonna show my daughter. I don't want my daughter to think that it's okay for men to hit
Right.
her. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So in that type of situation, I'm bringing my wife in. Hey, you handle that. You know what I'm saying? I got the boys. You handle the girls, and I'll be the emotional support for Kirsten, and you be the emotional support for our boys. You know, because it's all optics. It's all optics. I don't want her to. I don't want him to go to an aggressive woman that's gonna hit on him. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to see that as okay. Now don't get me wrong. Bria smack him more than I do, because sometimes he need it. We got
Yeah,
I'm one of those
Yeah,
situations.
JJ.
I grew up in that generation where them butt cuttings that I took made me a better man.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So we're not abusive, but when the situation comes, we're not afraid to teach them that lesson
Yeah, yeah.
because and it always works. Now, when I tell JJ it's time to get in the shower, first he used to be like, no. And I'd be like, who you talking to? The wall. You know what I'm saying? But he
Yeah.
gonna try it. He got witty with it now. I'd be like, all right, son, it's time to eat. I don't want to eat that. I ain't ask you what you wanted to eat, but I'm not gonna eat it. And I put the paper and we put the plate right there on the table. He real picky. And my wife will stand up and she'll say, okay, well, kind of what Jordan said. Give him two options. You can either eat and watch some TV, or you can go to bed hungry and not watch no TV. So he'll always choose option A. But I always got to use what I've learned about my boys is I got to use reverse psychology on them. It has to be his idea. If I make it his idea,
He with it.
done.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't
He
got
with
nothing
it,
to worry
right?
about. Ain't nothing to worry about.
Yeah, yeah.
But if it's a command, because he got so much of his daddy and oh, because I hate being told what to do. You know what I'm saying? You can tell me what to do if you can tell me what to do, but most times you can't tell me what to do. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
My son the same exact way. So I'm always having to use kind of like what Jordan said, talk to him like I would want to be talked to, and then shoot. Sometimes Jordan, the dads that we had, dad ain't really had to bust Jordan upside the head. He was a little different. I took them L's. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I
yeah,
took
Mm-hmm.
them
yeah.
Fair
L's.
West is
So
right.
his perspective and my perspective are gonna change a little bit because as the oldest we have a different responsibility. We do. There's different things that the oldest boy is going to carry that the other siblings won't have to if you train the oldest boy right.
Right.
So I'm harder on JJ than I am on any of the other kids because one day Kirsten's going to lose her last name. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm teaching her everything that she needs to know to be an amazing woman of God, and
Oh,
she's
don't remind
amazing.
me.
I know she's going to be a great woman, but I have to train my son what life is supposed to look like when I'm gone.
Mm,
What is the family legacy? So because I'm he's gonna be the one I got to pass the baton to.
right.
He's gonna be the one that keep the name going. So it's my responsibility to correct what I can before he turns 6. Because with kids, their formative years are 0 to 6. So if you don't get that thing nipped in the bud by the time that kid turns 6, you stuck. Because
Mm-hmm.
after the age of 6, now you're just teaching them how to make decisions.
Yeah.
Before 6, you're teaching them the rules of life, you're laying the foundation. After 6, it's everything else is what would you do in this situation? Now our conversations are a lot different.
Mm,
So for young fathers, that's what we got to do now is hey, this is the time to dig deep. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
If you
yeah,
don't like how the foundation laying, all right, tear it down, dig it again.
yeah.
You know, before that cement really settled at 6. And I know that because I'm seeing Kirsten. And who she was at 6 is who she is now at 8. She just makes way better decisions.
Yeah. Nah, that's
Yeah,
real. And
not
see,
real. Yeah,
me and Ron, we a little experts in the daughters.
girl
Yeah,
feel. Yeah,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We both got two daughters, and so when you said that last name and losing legacy, that hurt a little bit right there.
yeah.
And I
It's
know,
real
man,
though.
that's
Try
coming.
get one more then. Try for one
Yeah,
more. Get you a
hey
third.
man, gotta get that boy
Huh?
because it eventually
Yeah.
it is. And see, I'm fine with it, but like eventually there will come a day where, yeah, your last name might not keep going if it ain't for
Hmm.
luckily, my brother got boys,
Yeah.
so
I got
boy,
Yeah.
so I'm
yeah.
good. But yeah, nah, run, yeah.
Shit, man, I might pay that nigga to goddamn leave the last name,
Hey,
nigga.
just please, man,
Hey,
just
please,
take my
nigga,
Hey,
hell,
just
dog.
leave
Hey,
it,
hell,
bro.
dog.
please, man.
Hey, please just leave the last name, dog.
Hey, you ain't lying.
Make them hyphen.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Hit the
For
hyphen.
Hyping that, yeah. I'll take that,
Right,
man. I'll
Yeah.
take the hyping, man.
real.
right. Facts.
No, but man, hey,
Yeah,
it was a
that was a
great
good
show,
one.
man. It was a great
For
show.
sure.
Great show here. Man, we gonna wrap it up here, guys. Hey,
So
man, Jonathan came on and dropped some gems
drop
for
some
real. We don't
For
have
real
to
sure.
clip
Gems, yeah,
all that.
For sure.
We don't
yeah,
have to
real
clip
yeah,
now.
all that, man. But we
yeah.
appreciate y'all for watching. We appreciate y'all for coming back. Please check out our shorts. Please check out our Instagram reels. We dropping a lot of great content. Our Instagram and TikTok is and Facebook is in the description below. This is the Next Season podcast. Four fathers, five fathers today, five husbands today, talking marriage, fatherhood, sports, and everything in between, man. We do appreciate y'all for watching, and we'll see y'all next time.
So, yeah, yeah.
For
See
sure.
y'all.
See it.
So.